comes to this, but there's also a few NorCalians that are in the building that I'm excited to see play. But first up, we are going to have Black Samurai X. Funny thing about Black Samurai X, we actually played at EVO, I think last year, so I want this guy to go ahead and show out here. And we also have Envy Youngin on the Ed himself, and Ed, another one of those characters, man, that has been living in that like top 3, top 5-ish range. Of course, we know that's the Capcom Cup winning character, but DJ, a character in their own right you cannot sleep on. Explosive damage, as we all know, and it kind of becomes how much of the air slasher can you get off to close the distance, because we know that Ed's buttons are super hard to whip punish.
Indeed, they are. Not to mention, DJ's damage is extremely strong, and we have the OD Air Slicer, but you can see how Envy is playing a rather aggressive Ed, forcing Black Samurai to the corner, and it's only now that Black Samurai is starting to get any sort of momentum.
Yeah, it's just about stalking DJ. You have to keep him in the corner. You have to keep him jailed so they can't get away with any of the shenanigans. Of course, we know the Just Cool and the Sway are so hard to deal with, but good old stock down going to be working out here for Envy Youngin in this first round. And another option is just that flicker. It's such a great tool just to use to control the forward movement of DJs. We see there, you're able just to hold it, look for the back sway off of it, but there's an opening punish counter. Black Samurai coming to life, changing up that real estate a little bit. You got to keep Envy in the corner here.
And we were using a little bit of that sunrise heal to our approach. One thing I'm noticing about Black Samurai is every time Envy is representing that flicker jab, they're using the standing parry, which reduces the amount you are dragged. And Black Samurai is out of the jail. Now that's going to be a level 2 to the confirm, and excellent use of the drive reversal, keeping Envy in their corner.
Yeah, offensive there. Envy and Burnout now. Back to the wall. Surprised we don't see a DI to the chin off of the charge up of that flicker. No harm, no foul, though. In the corner, another jackknife protecting the skies. And that right there, I mean, it's almost a checkmate situation. That level 1 is going to get eaten up by that fireball. So Black Samurai striking back 1 round apiece here.
A really unfortunate situation for Envy, not being able to hit confirm that level 2. And now Black Samurai, we're into the third round, the final round, where they got momentum and the meter advantage.
And a reminder to all the folks at home, of course, at Motivation Academy, it's going to be first to 3 games all the way through. So both of these players have a good chance to get real familiar with each other. Black Samurai with that level 3, looking for the funky low there. It's a good battle neutral we have so far as we see the cross-up just chipping away at each other's drive gauge.
Envy slightly winning out in the drive gauge. Black Samurai turns up the heat, gets jabbed in. Envy playing that. This is the Ed that ticks me off when fighting, which means they're doing their job. Playing neutral, keeping away, and Black Samurai is forced to use these risky options such as the jumping knee.
Or even just sticking to their guns with that target combo there. It's going to be punishable. Not going to have a dream, but it is going to be big time damage. Getting things close here. Black Samurai can afford to eat another confirm. They do have that level 3, though, unfortunately getting clipped right on the flip-flops. And that's going to be all she wrote with the level 1 there. Envy Youngin going to be taking the first game. It's been a scrap between the two thus far, but you always hate to see someone die with a level 3 on deck. So let's see if Black Samurai can cash things out next time around.
Yeah, you can't really take the meter with you into the next game, but it's all right. First to 3 situation, as you let everyone at home know, non-factor. So Black Samurai has a lot of time to adapt, and they did pretty good on the second round. Again, we're using that jumping knee. This time the air slicer makes a point, but still Envy holding that ground, not really getting themselves knocked down until I spoke too soon.
And that drive rush for the crouch medium punch is so hard to check as well. Like the hitbox on the thing gets a little funky on it. Wake up, reversal there, getting some space here. I mean, Black Samurai in the last couple of rounds has done a great job of just controlling real estate. So it's just a matter of getting these hit confirms, being able to catch out that damage there. Stand medium kick, a little bit of corner carry. Equal things up on life just a tiny bit here. Still sitting with that level 1 as well. There's a confirm from Black Samurai. You are going to have to spend the entire thing with the level 1, but that's definitely a bargain if you're going to get the round.
World's greatest Sobot. That thing was a bargain and a deal. 1 meter from 1 round. I'm buying, especially with the meter gain in SF6. You're going to get that meter back.
So we get this meter back here, spending those 2 bars in the reversal. Into the corner now. Back to the wall. Haven't seen too many OD jackknife attempts from Black Samurai just yet. Keeping their finger off of the trigger, and now living in that Street Fighter 6 world, just walking back and forth here. And Ed just becomes so dangerous when they're walking back, just because that stand heavy punch, I mean, reaches an entire country mile. And there's another reversal. Have some super meter, but this is exactly where you want Ed if you are DJ here. You're definitely walking down here. Here's another crouch medium punch confirm.
And I like how we represented the button. Remember, off of the heavy Sobot kick, that's +3. They represented the jab, and you can see Envy had that scouted. That was actually an option we didn't represent in the previous game. Black Samurai went for it, but Envy was ready for that card.
Yeah, even that DI attempt was pretty far away from the corners. That was a hope and a prayer from Black Samurai. Not going to work out there. 1 round apiece, though. And now, I mean, this is kind of where we've seen Envy Youngin really start making their money. A jump out though. Black Samurai coming to life, still sitting with that level 3. Only question is, do they have a chance to really cash out?
Well, we're looking at that drive gauge of Envy can get burned out from Black Samurai. There is some hope, but you can see Envy still staying in the green rage. We have level 2. We could use a level 2 combo right now if we get the hit confirmed. Black Samurai really is up to their approach. Unfortunate, did not get the whiff throw opportunity.
Try pushing back in for a second helping, going low there. You saw the micro up and attempted to throw, and now this time we are going to pop the level 2. Looks like the dream is still alive here. Envy Youngin going to be taking him coast to coast on this one. A drop there. Black Samurai, though, cannot afford to eat another confirm. There's the challenge, Jackknife. Still got to be thinking about spending that super in burnout now. Living in Black Samurai's world.
We're going to go for the level 3. No, Black Samurai is really going to try to hold on to it. Looking close. There is a level 1. Will Black Samurai gamble on the DI? We don't need to. With the standing heavy kick, Black Samurai takes that game, ties it up 1 apiece.
Yeah, it's a situation there where you're kind of set into a checkmate just off of chip in general, so I understand Envy trying to challenge there, but now 1 game apiece. We're going to start things off with the perfect parry. Little strike throw situation, the walk back. Envy's been, I mean, outside of the OD reversals, they've been very calm on defense, not falling for too much. A lot of the walk backs have been to no avail for Black Samurai this far.
If we want to talk about calmness, Black Samurai has not represented the OD jackknife just yet. We've been using drive reversals trying to keep ourselves relatively safe, though. Envy, the long lives of Ed, claim their mark with that hit confirm, and now we're marching closer to the right side of the screen.
Yeah, there's that flicker, man. Pretty good move there. Staring in the face, trade combo there. Gonna get the knockdown, strike throw coming up, and finally an OD jackknife showing their face here. The walk back, no confirm. Still, I mean, both players basically on a 1-hit kill situation. If you can't confirm, no drive rush behind it. You saw the attempt with the stand medium kick. No harm, no fouls. We find the forward throw there. Black Samurai on the verge of going up 2-1 here.
The Black Samurai, first time they're up on the lead. We're starting to show a little bit more tools of the trade. The OD jackknife is one of them, but now Black Samurai, unfortunate whip off the crouching medium, and Envy Young recognizes, hey, I'm in the corner. Let's get out of here while hurting you at the same time, but the drop happens right now.
Yeah, you got a bit of damage on that. You're not gonna get the corner kill. You are gonna find a lot of it here. Little psycho blitz, get the knockdown. Oh wow, the charge up. Little 5-knuckle shuffle action, drive rushing in, spinning some bar to stay in control. They held the flicker in burnout now off of that DI attempt. You able to escape the corner, you didn't get the crumple there, and there's a huge jump in. No level 1 needed. Envy Youngin striking back. 1 round apiece here in game number 3.
Game number 3, both players are close to their level 3. Black Samurai does have max meter. Sunrise Heel finds it, catches them with the crouching light kick. Finally, we stub the toes, get the second knockdown, drive rush throw. Now it's time for Black Samurai to play the throw loop game.
Oh, baited out the reversal too with the level 3. All the drive gauge in the world to work with, man. We talked about this DJ damage. It's going to be on full display here. That's going to be enough to close it out. So Black Samurai going to be taking a 2-1 lead here on Envy Youngin. It's been back and forth this far, but we're starting to see the layers of defense start to peel away as we get deeper into this first of 3. A lot more reversals we're seeing from both sides, especially from Black Samurai. We saw finally bust out an OD jackknife there in that game. So up 2-1 here for Black Samurai. Let's see if they can close it out.
We also first saw Envy Youngin go for the OD reversal. So right now, both players are starting to recognize that, hey, we got to start using our tools or else I'm going to die with all this stuff. Black Samurai holding on to the pressure, still use the drive rush to reclaim their space, but the crouching medium punch allows Envy Youngin, and there we go, non-factor, the second time we see the OD jackknife.
Yeah, you got to force your will at a certain point. Ed is a character that will maul you, especially you can just pull in with the flicker, and even then you see Black Samurai just dash in. No fear, safe jump setup, got caught there. Envy Youngin, strike throw, walk back again. You can play it very calmly here. Envy Youngin has like a massive life lead. You do just pretty much have to sneeze on him, and he's gonna die just like that. Little light crouching medium is gonna put Envy Youngin very close to being up 2 or tying things up 2-2.
Now, one thing I'm starting to notice as well, if we're talking about the habits of our players, is that Black Samurai is getting a lot of free jump-ins that Envy is not contesting. Here we go. +3 situation. We do the throw. Don't know if that was delay tech. Black Samurai on the block. Doesn't catch the toes, but catch a flicker jab too.
Well, he's talking down here. What a whiff punish on the incoming drive rush. And the Youngin striking back, taking the knockdown. Still has that level 2. We've seen the dream combo attempted a couple of times here. See if they can confirm it. Little low on drive gauge. Continue to chip away. And Black Samurai staking to the target combo. Finding the throw as well is huge.
Yeah, the forward momentum of DJ's target combos allowed this quasi mix-up. Envy Youngin holding down the block. challenging out Black Samurai, a little bit of drive gauge. They can go. Nope, spoke too soon. We got burnout, and you can see Envy Youngin turning it up the aggression right now, especially with that hit confirmed. Well, that's all she wrote. That's going to go ahead and be the second game with that level 3, and by God, do I love this super.
Yeah, it just becomes so much more dangerous when you're in burnout, just because that cycle flicker becomes something a lot more dangerous. You can't DI it and really bet on taking control like when they're charging it in your face. So you kind of got to stare at it. You get pulled in for that true 50-50, and the script is alive and well, as we are going to be in our final game of the first set here. It's going to be game number 5 between Envy Youngin and Black Samurai.
Neo Judai already showing us the gift of their craft in this first game already. Game 5 situation, Black Samurai Air Slicer trying to find a way to bait themselves into an opening, but Envy Youngin, the long buttons of Ed, really coming into play here.
Now you're stuck. Back to the wall here. Trying to jump out, look for the knee, finds a throw. No super to defend themselves either, so we'll see if Envy just turns it up. There's the jump. And I mean, Black Samurai now is kind of like doing what you see a lot of people do when they're in burnout. We're just going to take to the skies, throw some buttons out, and hope for the best as they come back online with the drive gauge here.
Well, they had every reason to jump because Envy Youngin has not done a single successful anti-air, and Black Samurai is understanding that the air is becoming free real estate, and especially with DJ and their all big jumping buttons, that's good for them.
Now Envy Youngin put themselves in a burnout. I don't know if that's exactly what you want to do here. Black Samurai, a lot of drive gauge to work with. There's the anti-air. It's coming back in immediately. OD. Not using the fireball either, which is very peculiar.
You can see Envy Youngin doing a great job taking the throws, and Black Samurai mistimed the feint, and that's going to put Envy Youngin set point. 2-2. Could we get a game 5?
Yeah, just not committing there when your opponent's in burnout. Envy Youngin going to take advantage of it. Put another cross up there. Great defense from Black Samurai this far. Good blocks. Finds the low though, however. Level 3 on deck. Little low on drive gauge. Not going to spend it quite yet, but Black Samurai in a very uncomfortable spot.
Will Black Samurai go for the OD? They've already taken 2 throws. Envy Youngin got themselves shimmy, but no, Black Samurai sticks to the neutral drop. OD Slicer wants to hold on to the corner, misses the opportunity for the drive rush, and Envy Youngin going ahead and slam these light confirms. Level 3 is spent. I don't think it's going to kill. It's pretty heavily scaled off the jab, but still, it's bad news coming up for Black Samurai.
Just a sliver left, a little bit of drive gauge. I mean, drive reversal isn't really on the table because you put yourself in burnout as well. So we've seen Black Samurai squirm their way to this position before. Sitting with that critical R, anything still is possible, but it is an absolute mountain of health to try to turn the tables on. There's the OD jackknife though. It's a good start.
Hey, you gotta spend your stuff, man. You know Black Samurai is looking for that level 3. Try to put some sort of meter between them. Second OD, and now Black Samurai burnt out with a little bit of life. Checkmate situation. And check has been mated. Envy Youngin holding on to all the pieces on the board as they claim Black Samurai's king and moves on the winner side of this motivation bracket.
Yeah, tough sledding and burnout there, just knowing that you can't get caught with any of the plasma in that situation. You spent it on the OD reversal, which, I mean, of course you do just to get another chance on it, but just playing behind the 8-ball there was Black Samurai X. So that's going to be Envy Youngin moving forward over in the winner's side of our absolutely stacked Motivation Academy Monday here. But that's a good way to start things off, Captain No Fun. How you feel about that set?
I felt really good. I feel really good. It was definitely the benefits of a 1-3. As you said before, non-factor, the layers of defense were slowly being revealed. Moves that we haven't seen started to be seen. We saw Black Samurai take to the skies a lot more, and we also saw Envy Youngin really turn up that aggression and recognizing my opponent's burnt out. Let me go for the kill now.
Yeah, just got to be aware of the situation at hand. But if you guys want to be aware of the Matcherino, you can use !Matcherino down in the chat to go ahead and claim some of those codes. We go ahead and do that right now. I'm not sure how many codes we have left, but even if there isn't any left, if you're feeling very, very generous, I'm not going to stop you from donating directly into the pot to help support our players tonight. We have 36 codes left, so you guys haven't claimed one yet. There's too many of you in chat, man. Tell your mom to tell a friend, to tell your dad, to tell your dog. Go ahead and log into that Matcherino and claim one of those codes.
50 codes are on the table. Well, right now, I've already claimed my code. So to quote the Starship Troopers clip, I am doing my part. Please, please, please. There are 66 of you in the chat. More people in here than codes left. The sooner you claim these codes, the sooner Non-Factor and I can stop begging you to claim those codes.
I'm gonna keep begging. That's the thing. I will continue.
I mean,
to
you'll beg for money, but you won't claim for codes. There's a difference, my friend.
But next up, I think we should have Atomic Red in Mayan. It's going to be our winners round 3 match here. I think we're over in Pool A. If I'm looking things over here, Note of the Prodigy. Going to be a couple matches away from hitting to our top 48. See Abyssal as well, working their way up. A lot of great action going on. Carcinus, I think, is barely playing their first match here in the second round. So if you guys want to keep up as well, use the Start DG down below. I think it's exclamation point bracket in chat if you want to keep up with all the action going on.
And if we want to talk about our NorCal brethren, there is Madhouse's own Ninja Blaze in this pool right now.
Yeah, I see Ninja Blaze, of course. Chump Slayer as well is another NorCal staple who I think was like one match away last week on Motivation Academy for making top 8. Definitely want to cheer for Chump Slayer to make that top 8 as well. For all my NorCalians, I think Magua is over in bracket right now. Oh, they actually lost to Levi Akai. So we'll see what Magua's got going forward. I think there might be one more NorCalian, but I'm not 100% sure. Shout out NorCal, by the way. If you guys ever are inclined to watch some NorCal action, check out Guild House when they are streaming every Thursday. But it's been great action as I see up and down these brackets here. Definitely a lot of the favorites are rising up to the top. But of the names that we've listed, do you think there's a favorite tonight, Captain No Fun, to take this entire thing?
I mean, obviously, Noah the Prodigy is going to be up there. While we do have some really strong players like Levi Akai, it's one thing to be. It's another thing that we are best with both Chris CCH and Noah the Prodigy. So I would say 2 of those would be the favorites. Let me turn this question on you. Is there a sleeper here that people are not giving enough credit for that they could do a lot more damage than we think?
I don't know if you would call him a sleeper. It's a ball knower pick, but shout out Satora over from the East Coast. I think they're up in New York. Satora definitely one of the stronger eds over here in North America. So if there is going to be a sleeper that you guys need to look out for, shout out Satora. Also, I see Fake Bruno in the bracket as well. Fake Bruno, man. That's a nasty Rashid right there. So there's a couple of sleeper picks for me.
Now we got Atomic Red, the second ed that we're playing, representing the red ed, and Mayun with the red jury.
See how things play out here. I mean, between this matchup, it's kind of just Jerry wanted to close the distance. A lot of raw drive rush to go ahead and look for these frame traps. I mean, that's kind of the MO against with a lot of characters against Ed is like you really have to just keep him in the corner and don't let him play this mid-range game. It's the flicker is going to be the bread and butter. And of course, we talk about these pretty much unwhiffable buttons are so hard to deal with in neutral. And Atomic Red getting right to work here. Little equal on life with a whiff punish there off of the throw, over the corner now with the forward throw.
Not to mention, because of Ed's long buttons, a lot of the classic jury approaches, which is raw drive rush, will easily be stuffed. However, Mayun got Ed in the corner, listening to what you were saying on the comms non-factor, and Mayun just looking for an opportunity. No DP right there, and Atomic Red, I was about to say close to a comeback, but the low normals from Mayun gets that first round.
Yeah, looking solid, a little back and forth with those long buttons of Jury. We talk about the long buttons of Ed, man, but that low forward from Jury you see there definitely reaches across state lines. It's a great confirmed tool just to build up the Fuha stock as well and start getting these extensions, forcing that corner carry. You can see here doing a good job of just jailing Atomic Red. It's been a great job of just capitalizing on the real estate at hand. Level 3 on deck here. Next hit could be big.
Not to mention Mayun is having a lot of great success with the crouching medium as a poke and as a drive rush, because we always take Atomic Red. Big jump in from Atomic Red, spending a little bit, getting that dash in. It looks like Atomic Red might be feeling a comeback, and there it is, 1 round apiece. Atomic Red finding a critical moment, and now they're feeling pretty good.
That's a great confirm too. Unfortunately, no full pickup on that one. Jumping in, gonna get the punish off of the landing frames there. Level 3 still on deck. I mean, next hit is gonna be disastrous if my own gets clipped here. There's the low forward. 2 Fuha stocks online here as we go back and forth. A little bit of a walk back there. It's just been footsie this far. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a great fan. These 2 matches we got in a row, it's been very calm, cool, collected footsies. Not too much shenanigans just yet.
You mean Fireball Drive Rush?
That's the classic. Oh, right now, see if we got the Dream loaded up. I mean, I don't even think you have to land the entire thing here. I might have. I was going to say, it does a lot of damage, but scale a little hard right there. Mayun going to have a second chance with that critical art as well. I mean, you're just 1 drive rush buffer away, but the low crush off of the forward heavy punch. Atomic Red striking blood phrase here at 1-0.
That was one thing I found interesting with Mayun's offense. We were using more of those Fuha stocks to just seal out block strings. That was the first time she really was using it. Okay, non-factor. The first time we did it, we dropped it. The second time, we landed it by Mayun, claims it back with the dive kick. Yeah,
a little instant overhead action there. Such a cool confirm. Both players equal on health here. Man, eating the startup of a fireball, these ad buttons, bro, needs to be investigated. I know a lot of people are waiting for this Yasmin patch to come save us, man. One of the characters that needs to get demolished is Ed. I am not gonna lie. However, though, we are gonna get the DI from downtown, back to the wall here.
Yo, I love how you say the word demolish. It's gonna be Ed, not Sagat. Sagat and my public enemy number 1 and 2.
They can go too. All three of them. Throw JP in as well, bro. They're all accomplices. They're all working together.
Mayun representing the sweep, trying to play a little bit of neutral. More so, looks like more of a wish punish situation. Forward throw. Puts it back at the neutral, and Mayun gambles on the drive impact, and it's hit on their numbers.
2 for 2 thus far. Mayun keeping him in the corner. Atomic Red forced to use a lot of drive gauge here, and Mayun's done also did a great job of just chipping it down little by little. Level 3 on deck for both players here. I mean, you might want to spend the whole thing. No confirm off of that. We are going to get the overhead, though. A lot of drive gauge to work with. Might just have to use the level 1 to close out the round. It's going to be exactly what Mayun's going to do. 1 round apiece here in game number 2.
Not to mention, Mayun was able to claim that combo thanks to the overhead. Such a, it's that save it for nationals mentality. I have an option. I'm going to wait till the critical moment later on, even in the second game before I use it. That way I know for sure it's going to hurt.
Oh, holding the flicker there, watching the drive rush immediately cash out into level 3. Shouldn't be enough to kill here, but it's a real strike throw situation for my own on wake up here. These are the situations in Street Fighter 6 where it's like, you better hope you have the resources for this, because I think a bar and a half of drive gauge is not going to cut it as the perfect KO. The exclamation point on top going to put Atomic Red up 2-0 here.
Mayun, it's so tragic watching how well they do in one round and then fall apart in the second. You really see that the pieces are there, but it's not forming the picture that they want. We're now in the lobby. I don't know, Non-Factor, you thinking we got a character change, or are we getting a little bit of a mental reset?
I think it's a little mental reset. I think if I'm seeing through the purple there, it's going to be Jerry back on screen, which, I mean, Mayun isn't necessarily doing anything wrong in this matchup. It's just continued to get clutched up by Atomic Red. A couple of great reads is kind of all it really takes, and playing at a life deficit in this game is definitely not what you want to do here. As Atomic Red just back to the old tried and true, the flicker game. There's another low forward. I will say for Mayun, they are finding a lot of confirms off of this low forward, but unfortunately they are spending 3 bars every single time with the drive rush behind it, which isn't exactly what you want to be doing with Jury, just because the character is not necessarily meter hungry, but a lot of the ways you're going to close the gap is with raw drive rush or confirm like we see there.
And if Jury is meter hungry, Ed is meter, what's the opposite of satiated, where he doesn't really need to use a lot of drive gauge to hold his position. But another element we want to talk about is that Red has been finding much more opportunities to jump in the air that Mayun has not been stopping.
You're saying that Ed's on a drive gauge hunger strike? Is that what we're saying here?
Well, more so he's hungry to land that strike knuckle sandwich.
There's a flicker. And a catch there. Should be able to go into the level 2 gear. Not sure how this is going to scale, but you are going to get a lot of corner carry if it's not for the kill. No harm, no foul. Why not let it rip like a Beyblade right in the face of Mayun? I mean, they had the super to defend themselves, but that's an absolute jump scare. As Atomic Red on the verge of a 3-0 here.
Atomic Red also so close to another super bar on the table. That's one of the reasons why we like using level 2. You'll get the meter much sooner than your level 3. Mayun finally gets the anti-air drive rushes in, but Red immediately shuts it down, holding down that flicker.
Still just spending a lot of drive gauge in the process. Building up to 3 bars here. 3 bars in the super meter as well. There's the anti-air coming in. Atomic Red spending drive gauge in their own right, but the forward throw. Mayun once again just behind the A-ball on life. It's when they start mounting this momentum, it's like it's almost too little too late, but let's see if they can mount it here. With that level 3, they can turn the tides. There's a confirm there, not going to spend it quite yet. Going to save it for the kill, and the wake up level 1, going to turn the tables. Atomic Red back online.
Still though, Mayun has an opportunity to take this. We go for the drive rush one more time, spending it all on the meter. There's the drive impact, but no, Atomic Red passes the QTE. Drive impact made drive impact. The handshake is completed, and at the end of that handshake, it's GG. Or is it fist bump? You a handshake or a fist bump guy?
If it's Jury, I just tap their feet with my toes. You know what I'm saying? We just under the table, do a little footsie action. But I'm surprised you don't actually just rip that DI in the face of Mayun, period, knowing they didn't have enough health to defend themselves. But either way, not going to work out for him. So Mayun going to be taking a trip over to the loser side of the bracket. We're going to see another Ed rising to the top there. Of course, another Ed going to be moving forward on winner's side. Who would have expected that?
Who would have expected that one of the best characters that has won Evo to be doing well at Motivation Academy? Gasp.
Has Ed won Evo or just Capcom Cup? Did Ed
Capcom
win
Cup,
Evo
my bad,
Japan?
Capcom
Okay.
Cup, Capcom.
I was like,
Ed was heavily represented at Evo, but he didn't win.
yeah, good. I'll tell you what, though, I was the only person excited for the Blanca Mir match. I want everyone to know that.
I was about to ask that. So for those of you who don't know, if there's anybody who glazes a charge character more than me, it's Non-Factor and Blanca. So you saw the Blanca Mir. Were you like, it's Christmas?
No, bro, I was drooling the entire time. I was making noises that I don't think I'm allowed to make on stream. But I was at a watch party. We didn't watch it inside the arena, but I was at a watch party in a hotel room and stuff. Dead silence. I'm the only person who's like, let's go, dude.
I think Non-Factor was starting to look and sound like SF2 Blanca.
Nah, I can live and watch that every single day for the rest of my life. I will say 2 Blancas is still way more entertaining than 2 Mai's. And speaking of which, we are going to get Mai on screen here against a modern Manon, which you definitely don't see too many modern players these days, but modern Manon is definitely going to be a choice as Ramos immediately starting out, perfect parry. And this right here, I am not going to lie, man, this is uphill sledding for Manon or any grappler period going against Mai, just because the fan does such a great job at controlling neutral.
Well, you know, some people like playing Manon and some people like ice skating uphill.
The back throw there, Ramos back online. Little low on drive gauge, but you're in such a good spot. And it's like when you're playing against Mai, or when you're playing with Mai, you don't necessarily have to force the issue. You can kind of play at that mid-range and poke around with those good buttons. But Banjo, I mean, win or lose this round, getting 3 medals on the board is huge.
Yeah, Manon is definitely a character where you want to invest in the future. And already Banjo, there's medal number 4. Not to mention Ramos is burnt out, so Banjo can really start enforcing the distance. Oh, this dive, altering their air momentum, avoiding the anti-air. Banjo takes it to the skies one more time, and now Ramos manages to pile on quite a great rally, putting them at even health.
Yeah, that's such a good idea to go for the twirl through the fireball there. Just not close enough, but I mean, as long as Banjo is displaying that they have those, it kind of gets in the mind of Ramos, and you got to second think all of those fans that you're tossing out.
Not to mention Banjo is on modern, so Ramos is going, that ain't a fluke. That's a proper reaction.
Low on drive gauge for Ramos again. I'm going to spend the level 1 here. I will say, even in Burnout, if you have this level 1 on deck for Mai, you're still kind of in control. It's because you can kind of really dictate the drive gauge of your opponent as well. Surprised we're not seeing any fans just yet. Just walking back, giving up space, daring Banjo to come in.
I wonder is it because Banjo has shown the twirl to be thrown out, so Ramos wants to respect it. But here comes the RKO. 2,000 damage, and Ramos's level 1 is done. Banjo now on the board.
5 medals with the level 3. It makes Manon so much more dangerous. The sweep there, checking the toes. And I will say Ramos, once again, is just willingly giving up a lot of real estate. And that's exactly what a grappler wants, and Banjo's taking advantage of it here. Odi Rienbu, another level 1 on deck, got the buff.
Last time Ramos used the buff, we didn't even see a single fan. And again, Ramos just wants to hold on to it. I don't know, Non-Factor, they using that level 1 more as a reversal than anything else?
Yeah, I mean, when you have the level 1, you necessarily just want to, or more than necessarily just want to do stand heavy punch buffer into the fan to start attacking the drive gauge or force the mix-up, but we haven't seen them in range enough to go for that heavy punch. Forward throw there, not out of it quite yet. Still a life deficit, but in this game with that level 3 on deck, you just need 1 low forward confirmed. The drive rest there. Banjo's about to bite on something. Still have to worry about the modern wake up. Going over the top, exactly what the doctor ordered. Gonna spare us any animation there. Banjo up 1.
Banjo is doing a great job understanding Ramos's passivity. We really need to see some more projectiles from Ramos. That's the thing. You just got to keep Manon away. Be a lot more aggressive. Remember, you're Mai. Ramos, you are Mai.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta like remind someone, hey bro, you're playing Mai. Let's get in a little bit more here. But now, this is exactly what you want to see out of a Mai. I mean, just put your opponent in the corner, start tick throwing away, massive life lead as well. Don't really have to push on the gas too much, but why not with a punish counter throw as well? Ramos, they finally looked up at their screen. They're like, oh right, I am playing Mai.
I am playing Mai. But not to mention, not only did Ramos win, they won with Banjo only claiming 2 medals. That's huge. Banjo was able to do considerable amounts of damage with that level 5, and Ramos is like, nah, you don't get to play the game. You get to be smothered. I am going to be the aggressor. I am Mai.
And we're starting to see Ramos just use a lot more of the walk speed of Mai as well to get in and out of range, but once again, getting caught with the overhead. 4 medals on deck now. The Olympian coming through, pulled him in. A meaty action right there. Gonna spend the entire thing to guarantee the kill. So Banjo gonna force us into a final round here. It was expensive, but you are gonna see another day.
Yeah, but I also think that's not too bad for Banjo, because Banjo realizes Manon with 5 medals does as much damage as a super, so you're not really taking off your damage potential with this character as long as you maintain that positioning. But Ramos says, nah, you're getting stuff. You don't get to hit your buttons right now.
Yeah, so Mai does better than any other character, man. Just make sure that you don't get a chance to play the game. Neutral jump there. Getting caught with the jab. 2+ for their own good. Looking for that command throw. Over to the corner now. You are going to get a level 2 here. It's going to be close. Not quite enough just yet. The DP going to leave a chip on the table.
One little chip. Can we hold on to it, or will the house take that little bigger savings? And finally, non-factor. We were asking for a fan. We got one. I was a fan of that.
His fans are pretty good, man. Definitely want to see a lot more of those, especially with the level 1 on deck. Like we said, it's just a great option to control the drive gauge of your opponent. But you can see Ramos is slowly just turning the wheels here, figuring things out as they go. A little plus action on that, gets a throw as well. Low on drive gauge for both characters, but Ramos once again just winning the battle of the screen.
So Banjo able to get a crossover opportunity. There's the 2 parries. Banjo was not able to exploit the opening. Goes for the command grab now, and unfortunately for them, that's when Ramos decides to land in on the pogo stick. Banjo whipping the overhead, and here we go, right side of the screen.
Yeah, now we got the loops. So dangerous Mai, look for the crouch medium there. Still in full control, no crosscut needed. Got the jab, back to Nooch, 1 confirm away, just pestering with the lights again. Drive reversal gonna be punished. 2 medals up now for Banjo.
And there's the perfect parry. We opt for a combo to bring our opponent to the corner.
Oh.
Reset. That was a little bit of a cheeky setup. Banjo going in for that level 2. And that's the Banjo special. I will spend all of my meter now to confirm the kill. I don't care how much I want to spend. I want to get the next round.
Yeah, you probably look for that reset as well. We haven't seen Ramos bust out with too many OD reversals, so I mean, why not? Even then, it's like not really looking for anti-airs, just catching the landing frames with these jabs. Building up the level 1, but not getting a lot of damage in. Banjo, regardless of the life lead, I mean, still sitting with a full stick of butter on the drive gauge.
Banjo playing their cards very smart. Ramos still getting dangerously close to burnt out. Spends it all one more time. Wants to get that round so that they tie it up. And now Banjo going to go ahead and realize that they can play with a little bit of the house's money. Getting a little bit risky. Playing the overheads more.
I will say though, in the next patch, I want Capcom to bring back the funny button on Manon and just let that stand medium punch just like be the ultimate burnout button once again, just because I think it's funny. And you know what I think is funnier? Getting caught with another command grab. Banjo going up 2-1.
I know what you're talking about. It's like medium, 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 and you just got to hold that.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the more random nerfs. I mean, but I feel like Manon is always catching strays in like all of these balance patches.
Her and Zangief.
Perfect parry there. Little B&B action. Target combo as well. You don't see that too often fully completed unless you're in the corner, but Ramos going to bust it out here. Close on health. I mean, Ramos still, just playing it very, very slow here. And finally the anti-air with the DP.
But the anti-air perfect parry allows for Banjo to get a regular throw. Ramos sends in the drive rush. Going one more time. The drive reversal puts us right back to the middle screen. Ramos doesn't get the whip punish. And Banjo playing the distance. That is our overhead. Oh, standing medium. You were talking about that before, non-factor.
Yeah, whether in burnout or not, still a great button to confirm off of. Equal on health here. Banjo 3 medals up as well. Regardless, win or lose, going to be huge there. With punish coming in, corner carry. Tech there to stay alive. And now we're seeing that charged up fans. Exactly what you want to see from Mai. Again, OD style overhead to finish it off. 1 round on the board for Ramos in game 4.
Nice, efficient, and cheap way for Ramos to win. And when I say cheap, I mean meter efficient. Banjo needs to go ahead and turn it up. They are close to winning. First command grab, putting him at 4 medals. Can we see the 5? I think we will.
Now with that level 3, every hit is so much more dangerous. Playing some mind games here. You whiff, I whiff, you get punished. Level 1 on deck. Over the top. See if they're going to spend the super here for the burnout. Not yet. They walk back. Heavy punch. Shades of Ken to level 2. Gonna be enough to close it raw with the buff from the level 1. 2 games apiece if the script holds true.
Non-factor, we're gonna be here for quite a while, huh? Big bracket and almost everything we see on stream going to game 5.
It's the script, man. You know what you're signing up for at Motivation Academy. You come to Motivation Academy, it's game 5 all day, every day. And if it isn't, something went wrong.
And you know it's a great way to reward your script writer for being entertained? Donating to the match arena. Huzzah. There we go. I got it out of the way. Drive rush hit situation. Drive impact. Finally, Banjo lands a hit. Use the OD spin to put Ramos in the corner. And finally, we get our medal. 2 on the board. Can we get a third? Beautiful shimmy. No. I like the impulse. Hey, let me go ahead and throw. But I really feel like Banjo could have at least gotten one more medal to put him in the better situation.
Yeah, I might have been one of those situations where, like, I didn't expect to be here. I'm going to choose the safest option.
Exactly, a real Chicago punish situation. Like, oh crap, throw.
I mean, still with 2, it's a good spot you want to be because you know that at the least you're going to be in round 3 even if you lose this one. So long-term investment again. There's the forward throw. Ramos spending a lot of drive gauge. Still has the level 1 buff as well.
Still
Not tossing any fence here.
No fans. I'm wondering if it's because Ramos is afraid of the modern super going through and then leading that to be an avalanche.
Walking back here. Critical art for Banjo. I mean, like I said, it's kind of objective. It's just to build medals here. Not going to have a chance, though, in that round. It's a low forward sniping him out. Final game, final round. Scriptwriter's going crazy. Level 3 on deck for Banjo here. Not a lot of medals quite yet, so still dangerous, but not as bad as it could be as we are going to get the forward throw. Ramos taking him to the corner. No anti-air. They look for the parry, and there's a punish counter. Command throw. 3 medals now.
Pretty big damage, and Ramos is burnt out, but still they hold the corner and the pressure. Banjo jabs out, lands the overhead, still at that range where they can't really do anything. Anti-air, double anti-air. Here comes the pirouette.
Oof. Ramos in burnout. Has a level 3, hit by the DI, not close enough to the wall. Do we sneak in a command throw here? If they build up 4, it could be huge.
But still, Ramos goes to the level 1. That's the Ramos special. Level 1, then a level 2 within the same round. Banjo understands that they can still win it. Are they going to play patient? Are they going to try to go crazy? They go for the jump in. Here comes the drive reversal, but still, Ramos burns themselves out. Banjo, a little bit of meter. They got a chance.
Oh, they ripped it with the wake up. They are going to find it. The level 3 going to be enough to close it out. Photo finish, and Banjo will be taking a 3-2 over Ramos. They stared at each other for like half a second right there before that level 3 came out, but going to be working out for Banjo as they are going to be sending Ramos over to losers.
Whip overhead to the instant level 3. Classic read. I have fallen to that so many times, and I'll still fall into it, especially in these high pressure situations where you're just so focused on winning and looking at for any movement that you're just, you just want to do that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, Sleep Metro, I'd be tweaking too, but unfortunately not gonna be working out there. We are gonna get a modern Manon moving forward in bracket. I don't know how many times in my life I'm gonna have a chance to say that, so I will say it right there. But as we get closer, I think we're gonna start having some top 48 qualifiers coming through as I'm looking over things in the bracket right now. And as I'm looking things over in the match arena, and there's still 24 codes to claim. So use !match arena as you've seen. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that tag. I ain't going to lie to you, but someone in there typed it into chat. So there are still 24 codes to claim. Cost you absolutely 0 to go ahead and add some change into this prize pool.
So with, Combo Breaker on our rearview mirrors, it happened a while back. I need to ask you, Non-Factor, real silly question. Did you have the bear and popcorn?
No, I actually had a conversation with like everyone backstage about it. And I was like, is it really worth it? And they were like, it's good, but the line is like 2 hours, and I was like, "That's all you needed to say."
Wait, what?
I'll try it next year.
Because over at Frosty, they had a ticketing system. It wasn't that crazy, but here we go. It's your boy, our boy, Chump Slayer, representing Fitz versus Zemetra.
Yeah, see how we do here. I think Chump Slayer actually played against a couple of Marissa's their last Motivation Academy run. We don't have too many of them over in NorCal. We got a couple of them, but they're definitely not legend ranked, so we'll see how Chump Slayer adapts here. For you guys at home that don't know, Chump Slayer is a very, very aggressive jury player. If you're not seeing it yet, they also like to use the level 2 a lot just to look for burnout situations. So we'll see if we come across that at any point. Unfortunately, going to get punished counter throw there. Back to the corner. Zemetra back online.
One of the things I asked Chump Slayer to why they play aggressive, why do they play jury? They feel very comfortable hitting buttons. The more time that they're aggressive, that means that their opponent has to answer to his pace. But still, Zemetra understands what it's like being Marissa, being on the back corner, even though, oh my God, lands the target combo and the follow-up button, comes from behind to take that round. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, you cannot afford to leave anything on the table against Marissa, as we all know. Regardless of where they're at, like on the tier list, it's like one mistake, you're going to get blown up for 60%. But Jump Slayer coming back on live here. Using a lot of drive gauge, but I mean, it's like a 50% life lead.
Still, Chump Slayer holding on to that corner. Symmetra understands that they need to get out. Now it's burnout. This is really bad when you're Marissa. She loves plus frames, and when you're burnt out, there's even more plus frames. So Chump Slayer is going to have to hold on to this pressure, wait for an opportunity, or take a big gamble.
Yeah, I was just about to say you can't afford to get DI'd either with that level 3 on deck. A lot of drive gauge to work with here. Hitting like an absolute semi-truck. I think it's going to be enough to close it out there. So, barring a pixel should be... Oh no, is it a pixel? We got a pixel? He's alive! Oh no!
Not quite a pixel, but there's the crouching medium punch from Symmetra taking that first game, showing us why they're a legend. Rick Marissa also wanted to shout out Slide Coco writing in all caps. He's not aggressive, he's calculated. That's how I imagine he would say it.
See if he has the calculations here. He's down one game. Still getting chipped away here. Almost 50% down. Another neutral jump. We've seen a lot of neutral jumps coming from Chump Slayer. That time going to find the throw, and why not go back to the well, back to the wall for Symmetra here.
Neutral jump is a really good option against Marissa. It's just because it is an option for Gladius and Superman Punch, so I understand why. Here comes Chump Slayer, level 1, very classic. Now, another element of Chump Slayer that we haven't seen is that he's a big fan of the aggressive drive reversal.
It's actually a calculated drive reversal, according to Coco there. Nothing about his aggressive. It's all calculated. The fadeaway jumper there. Going to be putting him up around in game 2.
It's exactly how I would have said it. Voice of the people. People's champions like Coco in chat. Thank you very much for supporting Motivation Academy and us. And of course, Chump Slayer, one of the many NorCal people in this bracket. Those in Metro landing the command grab, representing the crouching medium punch, try to take their plus frames with the throw, but still Chump Slayer not afraid to take their throws and stuffs it with a standing medium kick.
And caught the light there. Slowly taking over to the corner. Wake up low forward. Going to spin the drive gauge here, searching for the burnout. Symmetra able to get the parry in. Is that level 2 we were talking about? The Feng Shui engine is so huge for Chump Slayer's game plan. Unless you get caught with the cross up there. As Super to work with, you are going to cash out the entire thing with the level 3 to go ahead and guarantee the round. So 1 round apiece here in game number 2.
And this is the thing about Marissa. I really believe like Symmetra and Chump Slayer are winning the same amount of interactions. Except that with Marissa, her interactions when she wins hurts a lot more than Jury's.
That's a great interaction and win right there. It's a counter hit to start things off. The corner carry, the knockdown, more plus frames on plus frames.
Chump Slayer holding it down, playing neutral. Chump Slayer can play neutral, can play patient, catches the parry with throw. This is going to be some really good momentum. And Chump Slayer putting them in the left corner. This is where they feel really comfortable.
There's another Scootum there. You saw Chump Slayer just open up with the fireball a lot to see if they can bait anything out with the Scootum. Fortunately, right there, getting caught. Safe jump coming in. I mean, even in burnout, still just stalking down their prey as a Metro here. Can't afford to get clipped if you are Chump Slayer. Got drive gauge to work with as well, but no Fuha stocks to throw a fireball out.
I was about to say the same thing. Without any Fuha stocks, Chump Slayer, okay, they confirm off of the low medium kick, but the Scootum, the armor stance from Symmetra, charges in. Chump Slayer not looking too good with 0-2, but still they're putting up a great fight each round.
Yeah, this might have buffered in the wrong super there. Went into the Feng Shui instead of the level 1. Another safe jump coming in from Symmetra. Busting out all the tricks here, the parry there, jumping out, still getting caught again. Symmetra is ready for every option. The Scootum stance on top of that. Going to set up a strike throw here. Chump Slayer trying to fight their way out.
There's a low medium kick. Doesn't go for the drive rush. Instead holds on to this neutral. Oh, unfortunate. Look at that. The walk back light kick. Walk back light kick still finds a way to whip punish. Symmetra is so sick in the neutral.
Yeah, just seeing every single response is just coming up Symmetra's way here. They get a life lead here. Chump Slayer in the corner. Little kill frame, gets the punish counter throw.
Finds the overhead. First time we've seen the overhead this set. But Symmetra puts Chump Slayer in the corner. This definitely looks like a winnable round, but Symmetra lands the overhead and the drive impact. We are so close to the level 3. We should be able to build it up, but we don't send the combo in off of that Gladius.
Busting out. OD pinwheel. Chump Slayer going to put themselves on the board here. It's going to be elimination round or elimination match here. Chump Slayer trying to keep themselves alive, getting caught immediately. The chin check, the level 3 built up. Symmetra not going to want to play with the huge life lead here. Another bust out from Chump Slayer.
Jumping forward, takes away the Superman punch. Chump Slayer goes in for the level 2. This time we hit and we land the combo, but This is really good. This is really good for Chump Slayer. Survival is on the line, and this is why you don't want to be burnt out against Chump Slayer with the level 2.
Yeah, that's exactly the reason why they hold it. You don't see too many level 3s unless it's for sure going to be for the kill. A lot of the Feng Shui engine is going to set up all that momentum. The throw as well to close it out. Chump Slayer back on the board here, 1-2 now.
Symmetra has done such a good job shutting down that option in the previous game, and now we see why. Chump Slayer was, I'm going to say it's like Coco, calculated with the unraveling of that move.
Pushing back in. The Scudum stance. What a call for the DI. Very aware, not just for the punish, but to force the burnout here. No super to defend themselves. You're gonna have to look for Scudum stance, the neutral jump with the Van Damme kicks. Symmetra in a tough spot here.
And Chump Slayer with a DI of their own, the second one of the round, and you can see there is some life coming into Chump Slayer. Let's talk about the weaknesses of Marisa. We've been doing a good job talking about her damage, but the lack of meterless reversals, especially when you're burnt out, is critical in a game like Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, it's definitely kill or be killed when you're playing against Marisa. You're either going to end up in a situation like this, or you're going to run away with the round. And unfortunately for Chump Slayer here, Symmetra off to a hot start. There's the build off with the Fuha stock from the low forward. Coming back in, another low forward. Not able to get massive damage just yet. Finding the overhead. Level 3 on deck is huge.
The Scudum is doing such a great job for Symmetra. There's a command grab, and that's going to find the kill. And now Symmetra on set point. Here we go. Chump Slayer needs one more round to tie it up, but Symmetra understands that they can close it out, especially with 3 meters on deck. It's really going to be who lands the first hit and who makes the first mistake.
Yeah, Symmetra got that absolute nuclear bomb with that level 3. Doesn't believe in the confirm there. Chump Slayer going to spend the meter. About a bar left, half a bar now. Oh, DP in the corner, no neutral jump in here. A free jump out, not for free, gotta pay the tax.
Still, Marissa's a big girl, 500 more health, more than the average character, but still, this is really bad for Chump Slayer, and I believe Symmetra's got this.
Volume drop with the level 3, it is gonna be enough to close things out. The most magic pixel of all time needs to happen here, but I don't think Chump Slayer is gonna have the opportunity. That's gonna be all she wrote, and Symmetra gonna be taking a 3-1 over Chump Slayer.
Unfortunately, the magic did not come into Chump Slayer's side on that round. Still a fantastic showing. You could really see the adaptation from Chump Slayer, and it really looked like Symmetra was a bit of a scrambling for answers, especially how they kept jumping up and down in the corner. So it really was anytime's game. But one thing about watching Chump Slayer play, he's very good in these high pressure situations, such as that deciding round in the previous game before he took his first.
Yeah, well, if you guys like Marisa, we are going to get another Marisa on screen here. This is going to be Chingo and ZZZ. It's one thing about Marisa, man. It's not a character that you see a lot when you go into rank these days, but when you find one in brackets, especially brackets here like Motivation Academy, you start running into those like Master or High or Ultimate Master or higher level Marisas, and they really test your knowledge. It's a lot of save jumps. It's a lot of frame traps.
Yeah, you got to know your knowledge. You don't want to be like Tyler 1, okay? Shout out to Ludwig picking the Marisa. That exhibition set was wild.
Yeah, Lud definitely saved it for Nationals. That's one thing I will credit him, regardless of the controversy. Saved all that tech for Nationals, training in secret. And we'll see how much training we have between these two. That's a perfect parry off of the Superman punch. Gonna get the knockdown, the sweep, able to build up the Denjin as well.
If we want to talk about uphill battles, this is definitely one of them, especially with Ryu. Ryu is able to get Marisa level damage without half of her struggle. Still, ZZ holding down the neutral, respecting the Ryu's patience, but still trying to find a way into it. And there, Xinglu represents the Dragon Punch. And the neutral jump.
Oh, mutual burnout. Mutual assured destruction there. Spin it all, man. They got back online and immediately went into the red, but let's see if it works out for Chingo. Getting mauled here, level 2. Versus level 2 and getting caught immediately. Back to the one now. Gotta worry about the chip and the raw DP. Like in Street Fighter 4. Absolute cojones on Chingo to close out that round. Why not just go for it?
That was the second time that Chingo has done a raw DP, and it's not even OD. We're not even getting the invincible frames. We're just doing it regular style, man.
I want to know if that's tech or if it's like, well, they're in the air, so I mean, I might as well do it. Either way, gonna work out for Chingo, and now on the verge of going up 1-0 here.
And Chingo feeling themselves, going hyper aggressive, gets the hard knockdown off of the sweep. ZZ not guarding their toes, but Look at that life lead. And Chinglo, another sweep. A little bit of that old school Ryu we saw, not only the DP, but the representations of the sweeps, both in combos and in neutral.
Got the scrub combo there, the jump heavy kick into sweep, man. I haven't seen that one since 99.
Dude, all that's left is jump heavy kick to throw. And we got it.
It's a donkey kick there. I mean, in control of the drive gauge is so huge, especially for Ryu. Marissa not exactly having the best defensive tools when they're in burnout. As we know, you mentioned Ryu can do Marissa damage with half the work.
But that's one problem. When you represent the sweep, you could get opened up for big damage. ZZ's got the corner, went for a throw, hurricane kick for the sideways. There's something charmingly old school watching Chinglu fight.
Oh, scoot him and they go low. That's what you get for not wearing shoes out here on the street. The cobblestone not going to help him out. One round up now for ZZ.
They're both not wearing shoes.
You got a little bit of protection with the ankle wraps at least.
Okay, you
No,
got
no,
a point
no
there.
splinter. You got to worry about the plantar fasciitis. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how old Marissa is, but hey, it'll sneak up on you.
Dude, wait, what? Plantar fascia? What? Xinglu goes for the neutral jump, gets caught by the counter hit throw. ZZ holding it down again, advances one more time, and Xinglu not only being pushed to the corner, but losing that precious drive gauge.
Almost equal on health here. The danger built up. What a whip punish from ZZ there with the level 3. Gonna be able to close things out here. Big time damage. ZZ gonna tie things up. One game apiece here.
Big damage indeed. Here comes ZZ, and that is all she wrote. Chinglu getting a little bit too careless, especially with those parry attempts. I can understand why when you're against Marissa, but doing it at that range allows you to get opened up pretty bad. Just like a fireball at round start. Hachimachi! Already we're on the paint train.
Got the save jump as well. Saw the perfect parry. You able to jump out for free though. Chingo DP.
Oh, thank you, Combo Druskimsky, for telling me about what the fascia and your feet tighten. Oh, that! It's like when you
Yes,
have a
it's not
Charlie
fun.
horse in the base of your foot. I hate that.
It's when you're like the actual like tendon in the middle of your foot is like separating from your heel or something like that. I dealt with it like a long time ago. It's no fun, and no fun is also being in burnout, and no fun is also on the mic with me.
No fun indeed, but you know what we need some funds in? The match arena. We can't have no funds there, so please click on it in the middle of this match. Chinglu up and on, and even off the Shogeki, ZZ is still going to throw the throw.
Perfect parry, exactly what the doctor ordered. Not sure if that was exactly what Chingo wanted. Either way, ZZ going to take advantage of it. No anti-air off of the neutral jump. Big time anti-air there though, and back to the corner you go.
Shingo is still representing the parries. I wonder if they're going to still hold on to it. ZZ looking for a whip punish opportunity. Muscles in, finds the whip throw, and that's going to be the round for them. No, one more interaction, and Chinglo, they could do this. They could actually do this with a burnt out Marissa and your Ryu.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Did I guess this properly? Did Miss Cleo tell the fortune?
Oh.
What?
I'm not sure if Chingo didn't believe in the level 3 was going to kill there. Either way, it's going to bite him in the butt. I thought we were going to see the cash out, but with that Marissa health, it could have been close. But we are going to live to see another round here for both players. Level 3 on deck, likewise, for both sides.
The Gladius there goes Shingo, making sure that we use the neutral jump. Again, representing the donkey kick. I actually seen somebody threw Ryu at a donkey kick. It's crazy. Oh no, the extended hurt box from the Gladius. And now Chingo slowly winning this war of attrition. But can ZZ bite down? Not quite.
Oh, big time jumping there with the level 3. I better not see a drop this time around. DP level 3, no drop in sight. This one right here should be close enough, I hope. Okay, yeah, it's Ryu. Why would I question it?
Yep, no drop inside, and that level 3 is going to end the fight. Chingo putting themselves on 2-1. ZZZ might not be caught sleeping, but they're definitely going to be sleeping with the fishes if they keep letting Chingo run away with this round.
Yeah, it's just as we talked about, is Ryu can really match the damage of Marissa pretty much at will. Saw a lot of fishing with the stand heavy punch, a lot of the raw donkey kick as well. Jumping, surprising you get the side swap. You are going to get punished on the sweep though. Not going to be a good spot for Chingo. A little bit of a reset. Smart to parry there.
Chingo Going for the burnout loops, and this is what we don't want, especially at Marissa. You can see ZZ trying to walk back, looking for a whip punish opportunity. But we're going to hold on to this pressure, and literally Chingo bullies their way into the opposite side of the screen. That's a corner-to-corner block string, and there's the drive impact for you.
A lot of drive gauge to work with as well. That Denjin charge on deck. Gonna take the knockdown. The overhead is gonna be enough to close it out. Chingo on a set point here in a back and forth brawl.
Opening up with a fireball, walking back. ZZ looking for some sort of opportunity. They both go for the drive rush, but Chingo makes sure that they're in the carpool lane, so they surge ahead. Neutral jump, not really answered, but here comes the quiz from Ryu. How are you going to get out? Well, it's going to be Gladius as we dump that test all up on the floor.
Yeah, you saw the attempt just to search for the burnout there with the Hashogeki. ZZ done a great job of just fighting out the Gladius, as you mentioned. Still with that level 3 is so huge. No confirm there. Whiffing buttons left and right. A check on the incoming drive rush. Gonna get the knockdown. Trying to go over the top, but Chingo has played these games before. OD reversal, like confirmed. They try to reset it for the damage.
This is really bad for Chingo. They are burnt out. You know ZZ's looking for a Superman punch. One big opportunity. They drive in. Are they going to jump? Okay, blocked one. There's the big heavy punch, and Chingo jumps out because they respect what Marissa can do.
Gotta watch your toes though. That low forward into light Hashogeki goes immediately into level 3 with the confirm there. Not gonna see it as we are gonna spend the entire thing to make sure we see a final round here in game number 4.
ZZZ might have been able to clinch that final round, but let's look at the hill they're going to climb. They're Marissa. They're fighting against Ryu. Already on paper, pretty bad, but also 3-0. Those are some odds that you don't want, especially when you're playing with the super gauge.
Offensive drive reversal. Back to the corner you go. Still chipping away at the drive gauge with the Hashogeki. Level 3 on deck. They whiff it there. Not a huge punish from ZZ, and you are going to get caught the huge punish either way. This is less about the damage, more about the drive gauge for Chingo.
It's about the drive gauge, but it's also about that left corner. Keep our Marissa cornered, and here we go. Now we're burnt out. This is where things are looking bad. You're starting to look like a victim in a horror movie, and Xinglo gonna go ahead and unwrap that damage for some big, bloody, brutal beatdowns.
And that's going to be a 3-1 there. I mean, it was back and forth. It's one of those situations like, yeah, it was 3-1, but it was close, though. And that's the thing between those two characters. It's like anything can change at any moment. You take one big guess, and you can pay for it with your life. But Chingo, I mean, kind of busting out the tricks of Ryu. A lot of the heavy punch, a lot of donkey kick we saw. Some drop combos from both sides. But, however, Chingo going to be moving on to our winner's side, top 48.
What I did appreciate from ZZZ was their ability to punish, especially off of those sweeps. You saw that they were ready for the big sweep punishes, not only taking Chingo into the corner, but uncorking some damage. It even went for a jab reset, try to get a little cheeky. So they were thinking one step ahead, but unfortunately for ZZZ, they will be moving on the lower bracket, but still fantastic match, a real nail biter of a set.
Yeah, very, very close between the two. And we're very, very close to catching up on all these Matcherino codes. 11 left to claim. Use exclamation point Matcherinos. We just saw it down in chat. Head over there. We got 11 codes left. And if you're feeling so generous in this beautiful Motivational Monday, donate directly into that prize pool to help support the players tonight.
Yes, chat, please be the one to take the one code so these one-and-ones become one-and-dones.
Don't do math in front of me, bro. All right, it's Monday. I don't do math on Mondays. You can check my my checking account. I don't do math on Mondays. All right, but yeah, make sure you do claim those last 11 codes, or tell someone to go ahead and back us up, log in, and get those. But we are gonna get Tropic Trickster. I saw a Guile on the screen. I'm not exactly sure who that was, but we're gonna get more Manon. And another uphill climb. It's going to be one of those situations where you have to really time those twirls to get through the sonic booms here. And I know you're excited to see some Guile, Mr. Captain No Fun. I think you might have an affinity for that character.
I love Guile. Guile is my character ever since Street Fighter 2, but he's also the character I like to talk about when we are in the discussions about how characters are balanced behind motion inputs, and how Guile's gameplay is designed not only on the sonic boom, but the sonic boom's input, which is a charge back motion, which is something becoming much rarer these days in the world of Street Fighter 6, but still Cosmo, oh baby, Cosmo not Spiral from the Guile server. One of the best Guile combo technicians is going to be fighting Tropic Trickster.
That's a huge jump in to start things off here. You got to time those jump ins against these sonic booms. As we mentioned, that twirl Definitely a way to get around things here. And I will say Guile is one of those characters in this game that can like slowly build up drive gauge without having to walk forward as much, just because they're going to force you to block these sonic booms. There's the OD flash kick there, working their way out little by little. 3 medals on deck though for Tropic Trickster is huge. It's another jump in, claiming another victim there. There's the stand medium confirmed. Not going to build up another medal on the way out, but we are going to take the round.
Tropic Trickster understands that as much as you don't want to jump against Guile, you have to get a read on the booms, or else Guile is going to maul you on the ground. Fortunately for Tropic Trickster, they are playing Manon, who has one of the best jump and heavy kicks. You see Cosmic Spiral go for the +3 situation, misses with the stand heavy punch, and Tropic Trickster putting themselves in 4 medals. Let's see what's going to do for them.
That's a huge whiff on that throw there. Now in burnout, Tropic Trickster does have those 4 medals. See if Cosmonaut just turns up the gas a little bit here. Drive rush low 4. This right here should be enough to kill with just the flash kick, or just spinning the drive gauge as well. We got the loops on deck, 1 round apiece in game 1.
Boom loops, it's what's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, baby. This is why I love this character. +3 off of the drive rush, standing light, Cosmonaut holding it down, stand medium kick to shut down to the air, and this is where this is why people hate Guile. The way Cosmonaut Spiral is, and okay, non-factor. How long you think this combo is? Oh no! We don't have the salary, man. Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately the combo not going to last that long there. We are going to build up 5 medals, however, for Tropic Trickster. Going to take the knockdown here. A little over 50% down. Cosmonaut back to the wall. We've seen them in this position before. They were able to work their way out. Unfortunately, not going to have that option here. The level 3 with the 5 medals built up. Going to be putting an end to this round. 1 game up for Tropic Trickster.
So not only was there an unfortunate drop from Cosmonaut, there was also Tropic Trickster doing a fantastic job checking the drive rush with the crouching medium punch. Tropic Trickster feels very comfortable in this matchup against Guile.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Tropic Trickster has one of the hardest names to say on commentary. Just the alliteration between it. It's like, say it 3 times fast, bro.
It's a Tropic Trickster. Yeah, that is
exactly.
If it's anything, there was a match somebody told me about where the 2 fighters were Press Your Luck and Press My Luck.
Who won? I think that's the more important question. My or you?
Definitely not the commentators. Tropic Trickster gets a medal on the board. Drive Impact calls out the Sonic Boom classic Guile option, and Tropic Trickster just running away with it against Cosmonaut.
And smart to build up another medal on the way out. It's a little 2-for-1 special. The round and the medal is huge. The anti-air even bigger. Another backdash on one of these command throws. Cosmonaut Spiral been betting it a lot. Been working out for him, but still, I mean, so deadly with the 4 medals. And there's that jump heavy kick you were talking about. That is a dive kick in a trench coat.
Dive kick in a trench coat, wouldn't that be JP? But definitely here comes Cosmonaut. Unfortunate drop again with the Salaryman combo. And now Cosmonaut's going to have to hold on to these baby booms. Tropic Trickster a drop of their own, but still they managed to recover right into the level 3. This is going to be a dance of death, a deadly deduction that will then make sure that Guile is turned into a dunce as they are dribbled against the concrete.
Yeah, so unfortunate. We've seen Cosmonaut Spiral like bust out with the solid puncher 2 times there, just not able to actually put anything on the board with it. Tropic Trickster going to take advantage though of the 2-0 lead here. They've also done a great job of just building up their medals. They've had a great timing jumping over the booms and just a great control of neutral this far.
Indeed. Also Cosmic Spiral, let's not take away from them that they've been doing a great job using the back heavy punch. That is an amazing button from Guile. Not only is it plus on block, but it also, because it's back heavy, informs Sonic Boom pressure and a lot of their charge moves.
Sonic Hurricane to bust out there. Tropic Trickster, an absolute mountain to climb. Look for the DI, but the bazooka knee gonna break the armor there. Another whiff command throw. Cosmonaut Spiral's been doing a great job this far of getting out of the way of those, and Tropic Trickster still getting the medals regardless. As we see 3 built up here, win or lose, that's huge for him. But no, another Sonic Hurricane off of the DI attempt, minding their P's and Q's. Cosmonaut Spiral trying to keep themselves alive here.
Now, one interesting wrinkle, we saw 2 drop combos off of the level 2. I'm wondering if, since we don't have access to it, Cosmonaut Spiral will not try to botch that combo one more time.
Yeah, let's take the guaranteed damage, the easier route with the level 1. 4 medals built up for Tropic Trickster here, though. Almost building up that level 3 as well. Cosmonaut Spiral has just been getting stalked down to this corner, and there's the 5th medal.
First time we saw the OD flash kick be represented, Cosmic Spiral, drive rush medium kick. That doesn't really give a frame advantage, but the advantage of the Sonic Blade is a great way for Cosmonaut to cover their options.
Ooh, trade there, almost equal on health. Did it confirm here for Tropic Trickster? The frame trap gonna work out. Now on set point here. See if Cosmonaut Sprout can keep themselves alive for another game.
There's a flash kick. That's definitely a great answer. And I saw a lack of counter hit, so I feel like Cosmonaut Spiral went for a backdash but got hit. But they're going to get hit by this level 5 RKO. Hachi Machi, big damage. Cosmonaut Spiral, though, stand heavy kick to the solid puncher. Here comes the back fist. Will we get a drop? No! They finally landed at the critical moment.
Yeah, how much they've been laving these drive rushing in for a second helping the finisher to attack the drive gauge and that little bit extra damage. I mean, the thing is, though, is like you are like one command throw away from probably dying here from Tropic Trickster. Is the punish kind of throw, though, is huge. 1 bar of drive gauge left here. Look for the boot. Not going to work out there. Confirm into the level 3. Scaling be damned. I think this is going to be enough to close things out with these 5 medals.
Scaling is damned, then Cosmonaut Spiral will be damned to the lower section. Nope, they're still alive, but the crouching medium kick seals the deal. Lucifer's Pens ink is moist as this family man is now a condemned man in the lower bracket.
Yeah, just tough sledding there. I mean, it's definitely a harder matchup for Manon. It's just the timing of the jump-ins that we saw from Tropic Trickster. Just kind of like tilted things a little bit too much. And then as well, Cosmonauts probably mentioned multiple times, spent the 2 bars for the solid puncher, but we didn't see too much of it until that last game there. So unfortunately, the way the cookie is going to crumble for Cosmonaut Spiral is going to be a trip over into losers before top 28.
One thing I couldn't really elucidate during the match is that Cosmic Spiral was doing a great job using the blade more as a shield. He wasn't throwing it out like how we mostly do. Instead, he stood in the middle, the literal eye of the hurricane. That way, if Tropic Trickster was doing some sort of button, they would have gotten checked by it.
Yeah, it's definitely a great way to put that. It was more about just controlling things, as you mentioned, with the Sonic Blade. But we'll see how things go for both of our players going forward. Tropic Trickster going to have a match against Adoma inside of our winner's side at top 48. And there are some killers that I see for this top 48. Just naming a few, we have Soda versus Jackie Tan. I see Feisty and Troubled In, which I think we are going to be seeing on stream. I'm not 100% sure, but as well, Lazy Boredom and Chingo. Lee, Havai, Hakai, and Vasiliak is also another banger on winner's side. So still anyone's tournament here.
You know, it's always rest assured that Levi Akai will find some way into the top 8. I'm sure both of us have commentated many grand finals with Levi Akai. So that's another name that you're going to have to be on the lookout for. But here we go. Take our Kimberly versus Sea Viper. This is another interesting match.
Should be Feisty versus Troubled In here once we get the scoreboard up. And I'm not gonna lie, man, Viper I think has got to be like one of the more slept on characters when it just comes to the neutral skips. The +1 meterless burn kick is definitely a choice by Capcom. We see it a lot more from Viper players now, just to take command of neutral. It's a good way just to force the 50-50s from your opponent. And Feisty as well is also a Kimberly to be reckoned with. A lot of momentum coming in from the character, and it's definitely that stand medium kick is something that you have to worry about just because it's like unwhippable at a certain point.
Kimberly has so many tools that are a problem, but Trouble N says, you know what, I don't really care about your tools because you're not even going to leave the toolbox as I finish off with this super, and here comes the seismic hammer just to test our reflexes.
Still not quite out of it yet. Trouble N putting themselves in a burnout likewise from both sides. A low forward there, going to close things out. 1 round up for Troubled End. And I mean, it's been back and forth. This is usually I would say a game of cat and mouse. This is mouse and mouse. Like, it's just 2 characters that are going to be working their way across the screen very fast.
Now, no one's really going to be playing the sit and wait game. Both of these people want to claim the real estate. Both of these people want to impose their mix. So, you know, the cat can stay in the vet kennel right now, as the mice are here trying to get the big cheese that is the winnings of Motivation Academy 149.
It's a back throw there. Could have been huge for Feisty, but once again, the burn kick getting themselves out of a bad spot, and there's that stand medium kick to get things started. The level 3 to build some of this drive gets back as well. That all lucrative Kimberly buff is going to be huge going forward to see if they can go ahead, take this round, and send us into a final round.
We definitely see that Kimberly players have a propensity of punishing their opponent with the level 3 quite early because of the fact that they want access to the buff as long as possible. It's not necessarily a kind of super that you want to use on a rainy day. You want it now so you can gain more meter back sooner.
The burn kick over the top there with the drive rush. Troubled in a good spot. And this is where Kimberly struggles, man. No invincible reversal, no super. Have to work your way out the old-fashioned way. Button versus button there. A little bit of a trade. This time we are going to go low. Set up the strike throw, the elbow drop. What a thunder knuckle to meet him in the air there. And the punish counter throw Not going to be enough quite yet, but a tough spot for Feisty.
That was a very interesting call to use the elbow drop off of the hit Vagabond edge. Normally, your normal Kimberly would just go for a throw or some sort of strike throw mix-up, but instead they're anticipating some sort of button and try to get the bigger payout with the people's elbow.
Got things go here with Troubled End, that 1-game lead, so huge here. It's a match against momentum, but definitely against any Kimberly that you play against, because if you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. There's a slide from more corner carry over the top for another knockdown, and it's just coin flip after coin flip.
Still, can Trouble End make some change off of this bad situation? Feisty jumps back. There's the DP. Trouble End finally uses the burn kick. We're back to the middle screen. Lands the super. The execution for Trouble End is so on point. Feisty though.
Oh,
wow.
Attempt there. So low on health for Feisty. So same with that level 2, we just rip it raw. You saw them waddle to see if they can get a 2 for flinching situation on Troubled End there. Not going to work out as Troubled End going to be taking that round. 1 round away from going up 2-0.
Yeah, Feisty is trying to find some sort of big whiff punish situation, which is why we're seeing those full screen elbow drops, trying to bait Trouble End's reactions against him. Feisty lands the slide, goes in, this time representing strike throw as opposed to the overhead. And are we going to do it one more time? No, with punish attempt. And now Feisty in the corner.
Find the way out though. Spending a lot of drive gauge to do it. Gonna take the Azuna drop here. See what the setup is. Run up, throw. Troubled End ready for it.
No confirm off the crouch medium punch. Feisty has the corner, has the pressure, but the burn kick from Trouble End scores victory and scores the better positioning. Now Feisty gonna have to hold on to this pressure. There's the DP one more time. The overhead lands, but Trouble End, no real meaty combo.
Yeah, Trouble End has just been on point with anti-airs this entire set pretty much. Just taking away that option from Feisty. We saw the elbow drop come in multiple times, but the Thunder Knuckle just at the perfect angle to go ahead and knock them out of the skies whenever it's meteor. Just close enough to their hitbox. But Trouble End doing a great job of just controlling neutral, man. Not really letting the Kimberly shenanigans go. And there's another anti-air with the Thunder Knuckle as they have this 2-0 lead here. A little bit of a 50-50. Feisty still forcing these coin flips. Back to the wall, frame trap. Starting to look good for him here. Do we see the paint can? We will.
Yes, we do. Now Trouble End falling victim to the overhead. This is classic Kimberly mix-up 101. Pain can to the throw. And Feisty, will we see an overhead? No, we're going to go ahead and slam in. And Trouble End challenges with the crouching lights, but still Feisty manages to mash out. It's looking pretty bad, but they got health to spare.
Using that burn kick to escape the corner again, just absolutely turning the tide on the battle. No Thunder Knuckle there, a little late on that one. Troubled End barely alive here with punish. They have the level 2. If they want to search for the damage, they will. It's going to be enough to close things out. Troubled End pulling a rabbit out of the hat. And that's one thing about Viper, man. Their damage is not talked about enough.
Quite the magic trick indeed, as Trouble End made Feisty's health disappear, and Trouble End putting themselves on set point. Will they get the grand finale of closing out this magic show?
There's a forward throw. A good start for Feisty. Almost 50% down. Caught the jab there, and why not reset for another throw?
Their tag is literally take my throw. Feisty putting it to good work. Double up on the stand heavy punch, and Feisty going to go ahead and get a perfect KO. Much needed momentum. That's going to make him feel pretty good, but still 1 round away in order to be eliminated. So Feisty got to do that again.
The wake up level 3, the Ninja Star Cypher gonna hit its mark there. Less about the damage, of course you want the reversal, but as we talked about, it's just about that buff. And when it's final round, it becomes so much more dangerous. Right there, getting the run, coming in, troubled into the back of the corner, ends up finding the super.
Burn kick gets the knockdown. Feisty not getting their whip punish opportunities. There goes the elbow, but still Trouble End is pretty patient with that. No anti-air, and Feisty lands the hit, but still because of the jumping state of Trouble End, didn't get the full combo of what they wanted.
The feint coming in, testing the reaction from Feisty. There's the stand medium kick. You are going to be able to build up the level 1. It's going to be close here. I don't think it's going to be quite enough to kill, so Troubled End going to live to see another day.
Got a little antsy with the teleport, Trouble End. Just the jab, but because we lacked the drive, oh my god, if they had the drive gauge, they would have been able to cancel for the rest of the combo, but the burnout stage made sure that they did not have enough acorns to save for a winter season. Thank you, Broski, for that analogy when talking about resource fighters. This is a prime example of that.
Yeah, Troubled End, I mean, It was scrappy between the two, but just, I mean, making a lot of magic happen with that burn kick, able to escape the corner multiple times. I don't exactly know what Kimberly's like option truly is against the burn kick, just for the lack of DP option that you have right there. I'm not sure if the crouch heavy punch will clip it out of the air, if it's too risky to try, but either way, Troubled End going to be moving on to a top 8 qualifier coming up on winner's side. Feisty going to be taking a trip over down to the losers, but man, that Viper character, man, I'm telling you, got to keep an eye on that one.
It's going to be one of those characters that probably will dodge a lot of changes for the worse, as in I don't think Viper's going to be hit with the nerf stick. That's me knocking on wood, by the way, chat.
I think Viper might be one of those characters that takes like the Ryu path where they're not bad like ever, but because of them not being like elite, they slowly start like creeping up little by little. But we'll see what happens. If anything big happens when we do get that patch coming with Yasmin. Speaking of which, over at Evo, man, I ain't gonna lie, I played about like an hour and a half of Yasmin. I kept getting back in line, or when there was no one in line, I was like, all right, I'll stay on.
When you say you played an hour, as in you were on the cabinet for an hour, or from line to cab, wait time included, it was an hour?
I probably played for about like an hour 15, an hour 30, like actually hands on the sticks with Yasmin while I was at Evo.
So what was harder, or what was more tricky for you? Learning Yasmin or learning all the Tagalog for her moves? I saw you with the Tagalog sheet.
I've been working. I've been doing some studying. Unfortunately, it's not on Duolingo, so I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. I will say though, Blanca might have to take a back seat for a little bit when Yasmin comes out. I'm absolutely in love with the way that character plays. From the time that I got to play her, her gameplay speaks to me on a different level. Speaks to me in a language I don't understand, but I do enjoy it.
You don't understand how big this is, chat. Non-Factor literally has Blanca inked on his arm, and to be temporarily benching Blanca, gasp.
Yeah, when the characters got announced, I was more excited for Arjun just off the rip, but after playing Yasmin for the time that I did, I don't know how good she's gonna be long term, but as far as like having fun, she definitely has some nonsense. I started scratching the first surface level of like her setups with the I'm not even gonna pronounce what it is, but the little
the boomerang,
the V-trigger to Ibuki nonsense. But we'll get back into that later, as we are going to get Levi Hakai versus Vasilia Kirin. Levi going to be opting to go with the Ingrid here.
Yeah, I don't normally see Levi Hakai play the Ingrid. Normally it's a C Viper or an Elena, so seeing them represent one of the newer characters of Street Fighter 6 is always interesting. Versus Vasilic, you know, it's Aki. We've seen Aki do very well. A rather tricky, slippery character.
Yeah, I think the mindset behind the pick might just be using the Sun Flare to kind of nullify the full screen bubble drive rush, especially when you have those Sun stocks on deck. We all know it goes full screen in the blink of an eye, and it's like one of the easiest confirms in the game. So we'll see if we see that interaction, as Vasilia going to be in burnout here. Ingrid, not the best burnout strings in the world, but she can start getting to work with a fireball just like that.
Meanwhile, Aki has some of the best burnout strings. When you're in burnout against an Aki player, that pretty much might be checkmate. But Levi Kai holding down the left side of the screen, losing slightly to the life bar war. But hey, when you got positioning, that's all that matters. But Vasilic finds the stand medium kick, and now going to go ahead and use the level 2 to close out some pretty good damage.
There's a DP there at the Sunrise. Almost into burnout. We are going to confirm into Order of the Sun here. Gonna attack the drive gauge. What do you have in store? Building up some stocks. Not gonna be enough to kill here, but I mean, I was gonna say with that juggle might have been enough. Either way, you're kind of playing behind the A-ball there. The Sun Blast right there is gonna be enough to close things out. They are gonna eat the button. So Levi Hakai gonna be up one round here.
Hakai doing a great job just playing to the strengths of their character. Vasilic definitely playing at Levi's pace, which is what normally happens when you're fighting against the zoner. But still, you can see Vasilic representing the slide, showing that they're not afraid to go over or underneath whatever BS Ingrid sends their way.
Oh, it's a trade combo there. Not going to build up a stock, just coming in for the plus frame strike throw situation. A back throw there to get back to the middle of the screen.
Oh, big whip punish from Levi Hakai, and that's going to go ahead and end that first round. Remember, everybody, if this is the first time joining us, Motivation Academy is on a 1-to-3 situation, so you can see Levi Hakai 1/3 of their way closer to winning.
That's one thing I will say about Ingrid, man. Do not whiff on this character. If you get caught with any heavy, you are going to blow up. Their medium's a little stubby, but those heavies will get you. There's the Sunblaze reversal. Not as good as Amnesia, but you do get your space back to try to build up some more sun stocks.
Do we want anything as good as Amnesia in this game?
I mean, if I was an Ingrid player, I would, but as a Blanca player, no, I do not.
No, you do not. And you can see Vasily challenging Levi Kai on the dash-ins. Great shimmy. That's going to be some pretty big damage if Vasily opting to stay close, glued to Levi Kai's hip as they take him to the left corner. And now we got the mix waiting for some sort of button. But no, Levi Kai goes for the teleport, and there's the throw.
Yeah, that butt slam teleport so hard to deal with. I think it's like +1 on block, so really starting forcing the mix-ups. Drive rush in with the heavy kick, gonna be enough to close it out. Levi Kai on the verge of going up 2-0.
Man, Ingrid is such a weird character. It's like she doesn't fit in terms of aesthetic in the way she moves, and that's exactly what Capcom intended.
Yeah, she is so out of place that when I originally saw the leak that she was in, I was like, there's no way. Like, I did not believe in 1,000 years this character would ever actually get, like, canonized. Because she technically didn't exist until this game, but it definitely stands out from the crowd.
Especially since how serious Street Fighter 6 presents itself in terms of aesthetics. But here comes Levi Kai, wake up level 1. That's going to go ahead and take Vasily off of them, but they got the burnout to deal with, and Vasily understands, like, hey, you spent that meter, try it again as you deal with my pressure.
Well, not going to spend the super. It is going to work out for him as they find a counter hit. No meter needed. 1 round apiece here in game number 2.
Yes, good level of restraint from Vasily, understanding their character's damage potential, not to spend any meter. Now we are on the final round with full super.
Good for the throw there, handful of nothing. We are going to confirm into the level 3 here. Big time damage with that poison online. It's going to be an uphill climb for Levi Kai, and I mean, that's kind of the zoner's conundrum, is when you're playing with this massive life deficit, you have to start closing the distance. You can't rely on the fireballs.
Most of the time, zoners want to hold that space and let their opponent approach, but when you are bleeding out, as you said, non-factor, you have to start making the aggressive moves, and that only opens you up to more damage. But Levi Kai betting it big on 2 throws, goes for the heavy punch, and here comes that level 2, but the slide out from Vasily. Still, they got tagged.
Oh, what a check off of the drive reversal there. You have the level 1. Oh, that you could get the carry there. I was looking for the little sunblast in the air for the juggle. Not going to work out there. Could be tied up 1 game apiece.
Good courage from Vasily. We're seeing them mash out a lot, finding themselves, challenging Levi Kai's buttons, showing that they're not going to just down back and let themselves get blown up.
OD Fireball able to build up some sun stocks. Little 2-for-1 special there. Now that full screen game becomes so dangerous. You can't afford to really throw out the Fireball too much if you are Aki. Right there, a whiff punish. Going to take him over to the corner, and look at this damage stack up.
Not to mention, we hold on to the corner, and you're absolutely correct. Aki loves Fireball Drive Rush. That's one of her go-to ways of skipping neutral. And now Levi Kai is able to just delete it with these stacks.
Confirmed out with the back medium kick as well. And there's the Sun Veil to keep Vasily in the corner. Drive rushing in, the punish counter throw. It's another tricky thing you can do with that heavy fireball. Because it comes in a downward angle, if you hold heavy punch, it'll just scoot right past your opponent. You can bait out the parry that way. But now on the verge of 2-1, Levi Kai up 1 round here.
Vasily walking into some pretty big offense from Levi Kai. Levi Kai wants to be a little bit more aggressive, pays for their impatience, as Vasily should be able to get the corner, and we're going to continue with the pressure with the crouching jab.
Big time damage. Not going to set the poison. The safe jump. Walk back. Trying to bait out an option here. Levi still sitting with that level 2 as well. We've seen them get a lot of mileage out of the Order of the Sun here.
Great walk back with punish found by Vasily. Levi Kai still stuck in the corner. Vasily gets reversed on, but Levi Kai now has to play the aggressor because they have less life than their opponent.
The forward on deck though. Ingrid can really cash out a lot of damage. There's the overhead to start things off here. Only 1 sun stock built up. I'm going to take the double dash Oki inward, and now we're going to walk back. See if they can build up that stock here. Vasily spending a lot of meter. Look for the cross up.
Oh, but there's a whip punish from Levi Kai, and immediately they go to the critical art. Oh my goodness. Watch this super played out as Aki gets beaten by the entire path of the cosmos. This character is just unreal, man.
Yeah, that's exactly the confirm we were talking about. You have to worry about that full sun flare, even if it's full screen or comboed into. If it goes directly into level 3, it's just so much damage. There it is again. Medium Sunrise finisher. That's so much damage for a full screen confirm.
Well, she needs it. She absolutely needs it. And that's one of the reasons why Vasilic has been doing such a good job trying to stay close to Levi Kai, because they don't want to deal with the distance factor.
Hey, Devil's Reverse, you're talking about Final Fantasy Super. Unironically, we're going to get Final Fantasy Supers this time next year. So we'll see how that plays out. Levi Kai fighting back, finds the confirmed though. Target combo, ends up getting the reset with the jabs, and now on set point.
By the way, that is that flip she's doing. It's called a layout. It's when you do a backflip, but you use more of your spine for the rotation. Just thought I'd throw in a little bit of that.
It's called a
It's called a layout. It's a layout flip. It's when you don't tuck in your legs when you do a backflip.
I don't know, man. I've seen a couple people in the hood get laid out. Didn't look anything like that. It's this unveil though.
If people got in the hood got laid out and it looked like that, I think I'd be watching more hood fights.
Back to the battle with the fireballs here.
Walking back, walking forward, staying close, not really showing the slide. Vasilic, will they jump? That's what I'm questioning right now, but they're staying grounded, and Levi Kai forced to be the aggressor because they're losing out on these exchanges.
Good punish there, and able to drive rush and find anything behind it. Still just chipping away. Poison online, the cruel fate coming in. Might have to spend the level 1 here, but it is going to be return on investment. They should be able to get the round. Actually, it's going to be the level 2. Going to spend the extra meter to guarantee the round, keep themselves alive here.
An interesting choice from Vasilic, really going for the level 2, but they just wanted to make sure that they avoid being killed. Because that's one of the things, you know, I have been burned by being too conservative. So if I got to spend a little bit more for the premium, I will.
Ooh, little Serpent Lash meeting the fireball there. Levi Kai over 50% down. That's a huge jump in there. Not going to even the score. Just build up another Sunstock. Almost 50% down for Vasilic. And now you have to worry about that full screen blast. Able to recover because the poison ball was OD.
Vasilic going for the chicken kick. That's Puss and Levi Kai in a bad spot. Burnt out. That's why they're going to force the mash. And then to the level 3. The Final Fantasy Super, as Demon said, is going to be represented one more time. More for defensive, but Vasilic is burnt out. So it's looking pretty bad on both ends.
Does this level 2 cast a teleport? Oh, it does!
It did!
What a call from Vasilic. That is sick. Both players still in burnout, though. The fireball coming in, no confirm. You gotta watch the chip. Levi Kai back online with the drive gauge. It's not gonna matter though. Vasilic gonna tie us up 2 games apiece.
Going ultra low for that, and here we go. 2 games apiece. I believe that's the script writer emote. Let's get it out there because it's a game 5 situation.
That's a 1st-to-1 now. Looking for the cross up. Neutral jump there. A lot more of the Serpent Lash coming out from Vasilic here. Just trying to control the neutral against the fireball.
But just great use of the meter from Vasilic. Level 2 to close the round, level 2 to stop the teleport. Now Levi Kai has to really respect their options. Drive rush heavy kick, that's the layout flip that we were talking about. Goes for the frame kill, but still manages to stop the jump in with the standing jab.
Oh, what a confirm there. Counter hit, almost half health down. We're just gonna mash out the jabs, gonna work out for Levi. So equal between these two. Even on drive gauge, evening the score a little bit. Level 1 on deck for both players. Perfect parry. That stand medium kick not close enough, but the beam is going to be enough to confirm. Back to the wall here for Vasilic.
Don't take our plus, friends. Levi Kai lands the sweep. We mash the jabs. We walk back. Vasilic, what are you going to do? There's the fireball, but no, still Levi Kai hits the light confirmed. Drive rush cancels, and now we're in set point. Levi Kai.
Been in this position before. Can they close it out here? Vasilic's done a great job of fighting back. Perfect parry into sweep. Well, young man reaction there. Almost building up that level 3 as well.
Levi Kai marching in slowly, but Vasilic closes the distance with a drive rush. Baits out the parry, but doesn't really get anything for the trouble. But still, Levi Kai is near burnt out. But thanks to this level 3, it will certainly seal the fate as your chakras are realigned into something really painful.
And Levi just kind of being forced to play in this mid-range exactly where Vasilic wants him. Now able to get a lot of the fireballs going back to the wall here. With the poison online, you are going to get chipped out by the dirty bubble. Final game, final round. The script writer still awake here as we head into the last round.
Levi Kai still sitting on a full stick of butter. We can't unlock that super one more time. Vasilic has to be very cognitive of what they whiff and where they stand.
The perfect parry in the sweep, still with that level 3, so huge. You have those 2 Sunstocks on deck. You have to worry about that full screen beam. The meatiest of the cross-ups. Gonna change the tide here. Slithering on inward. Oh, there's the beam. Gets the confirm with it. Not gonna spend the super quite yet.
Yo, Scrawty Vermilion, welcome over. I remember talking to you over at Frosty's. We were bonding over a continental breakfast. Vasilic holding down the corner. Levi Kai, we've seen them mash out right here. Anyone's game, especially with this much life. Vasilic has 2 meter. We've seen him do a miracle, but Levi Kai has the early advantage.
Got caught with the fireball there in the drive reversal attempt and the level 3 to make it sweeter. In the final game, final round, Levi Hakai gonna be coming out on top, 3-2.
And if we want to talk about moves that made you on top, thank you, Driftwood, for coming in with that 6-person raid. Glad to see you here at Motivation Academy number 149.
Yeah, it's a little back and forth fight we had there. It's a lot of fireballs being taken off the board from both sides, different options to slither to get through. And of course, we talked about that full screen beam is something you have to worry about. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from Levi's Ingrid.
Yeah, Levi's Ingrid is very, he knows when to turn on the passivity, when to go aggressive, when to hold back, and especially how to use the block strings of Ingrid to catch her opponent. Because we saw him land those crouching light kicks multiple times in the middle of that back and forth exchange.
Yeah, even when the zoning got shut down, Levi did a great job of just fighting in the box, basically. With their normals, we talked about how like stubby the mediums are of Ingrid, but doing a great job of just finding their whip punishes with the heavies as well. So well played from Levi Hakai, and they are going to be moving forward to, was that a top 8 qualifier? No, that was top 16 right there. So Levi Hakai going to be going up against Chingo for the right for a top 8 winner side berth. But massive shout out to Duoza over in the Matcherino, drop 2290 direct contribution to get us to an even 40 for our Matcherino. Use exclamation point Matcherino down below. There are still 4 codes left to claim. If you want to go ahead and grab those, or if you want to be a generous patron and donate directly into that for our players.
It's always good to see our community turn out to support our players. These people are fighting for your entertainment, and this is our way of showing that we care about the effort and time they put into the craft of giving us amazing matches, top in and top out.
Jackie, you better play Blanca, bro. I do not want to see no Inger. I better see that Blanca. I better see the green man. I haven't seen no Blanca tonight. You got to be the first one.
Yo, I love the pen look for you. Non-factor adds a little bit of that sophistication.
I feel like I'm on a ESPN like analyst desk right now. Yes, man. I see.
I see. Let me go ahead. You need a little notepad also.
Not even writing anything. I just have this pen for no reason.
Oh, I totally do that all the time where I just use the pen. I use the. Are we? Yes, Judai. Is that the Matcherino link?
All right, well, let's get into it. It's going to be Noah the Prodigy and Jackie Tan. I'm not going to lie, I wanted to see the Blanca, but I do not like this matchup between the Bison and Blanca. So we'll see how things go here for Jackie Tan and Noah the Prodigy. I mean, no intro needed. You know who they are. This is a world-class level player here, and they're off to a hot start with the Psycho Mine implanted. Back to the wall for Jackie Tan.
Non-factor, as the Blanca main, what are the things that you're looking for in the Bison's offense for you to exploit?
Honestly, just don't get hit. As soon as you get that Psycho Mine implanted on you, a lot of your options as Blanca get kind of nullified when you're in the corner. Of course, jump back ball, we know is such a strong defensive option. With the mine on deck, it's like you kind of have to sit still. Even if you go for it and it's blocked, you got to worry about the mine exploding at any moment. But right now, Noah the Prodigy on their last legs, they are going to get the crouch medium punch confirmed, and there's the mine on point. See what Jackie chooses to do in the corner here, getting attacked with the drive gauge. Gonna put Noah to burnout. You can look for the chip sequence. Noah tried to escape there, got caught with the light. Jackie Tan on the board first.
And Jackie Tan doing a great job weathering Noah the Prodigy storm, but that's the thing when you fight against a pro player. It usually takes them a round or two just to get used to it. But
I was going to say you can up ball there. When you perfect parry OD Blanca ball, you are not safe to drive rush and punish behind it like when you perfect parry a heavy one.
And this is really bad for Jackie Tan. Noah the Prodigy has a corner, but also has their opponent burnt out. The drive impact could be there, but still Noah the Prodigy going to get a little bit extra damage done with those scissors kicks, cutting down our Blanca player.
And I will say, as time moves on, Noah the Prodigy has put themselves in a burnout a lot less going forward. They're getting a little more masterful with the way they're spending their resources. Of course, they do like to cash out to keep the offense going, but as time progresses, you can see the wisdom of Noah the Prodigy starting to stack up here. As they do find the sweep, the level 3 on deck, not even going to need it. Got a sneeze on him, and Jackie Tan going to be falling there. 1 round apiece in game number 1.
Any medium kick is such a great button for Bison. You see similar animations for Sagat and Mai, just long range, good coverage. And now Jackie Tan wanting to be a little bit more aggressive, and Noah the Project just enforcing their way in with the scissors kick. But here we go, the level 2, everybody's favorite super.
It's alright. It's okay.
Alright.
It's alright. You don't need to touch it at all in the balance patch. It's okay.
Yeah, it's he needs it, right?
There's a cycle mine. We talked about, you see, the defensive options like aren't necessarily there. You have to kind of like bet on OD up ball more than anything, and doing that against Bison, not the smartest thing in the world to do, because if you guess wrong, you will get blown to smithereens. But they're gonna get the confirm OD ball for the side swap.
And that's the thing about Jackie Tan. Every time we have the bomb represented on them, they're very committed to just down backing and waiting to see what Noah the Prodigy does. Still, though, Jackie Tan has a considerable amount of life, doesn't get the anti-air. The Blanca ball does whip, putting him in burnout, but still anyone's game.
OD ball full screen, such a huge bet. Another DI coming in from Noah the Prodigy. Back to the wall here. And with that critical art, if you get wall splatted, it's over. More so now with that throw. There's the low forward. Not going to be able to finish the foot on their plate. Jackie Tan has a chance. The Lightning Beast. Do you risk the ball? You have to buffer it off of a button. You have to worry about that full screen super. They're going to look for the chip. It's going to be enough. Oh my goodness. Of course it is. Noah the Prodigy going to be taking the first game.
Noah the Prodigy managed to just show us their endurance and will by navigating that tremendous comeback. Good job from Noah the Prodigy. And Jackie Tan going back to the drawing board, and the neutral jump heavy kick. Make sure that they score something big.
Corner carry off the driver's lights as well. The Funko Pop online. Oh, what a backdash from Noah there. Such a good call. It's one thing about Blancas is sometimes you'll use the threat of the Blanca-chan more than the Blanca-chan itself to sneak in a couple of extra throws in the corner.
It's one of those things like, hey, let me go ahead and not do the obvious thing. And Noah the Prodigy managed to stay on the same Yomi layer. And Jackie Tan back in the corner one more time. There's the bomb, as we talked about, forcing Jackie Tan to just be a lot more adaptive. Jump back, medium punch was a great way to go to air, but still Noah the Prodigy holds on to that offense.
Right there, Jackie Tan going into burnout on their own accord. We knew you were going to end up in that situation either way. The rainbow ball going to escape the corner here. Looking for another DI. I was going to say, you're able to hold the coward crouch and look for the lift there, but what a call from Noah with the drive rush crouching light kick to knock him out of the stance.
There's the level 1 from Noah the Prodigy, forcing Jackie Tan into the corner. Drive impact, not quite. The head stomp. There goes the classic jumping medium punch. We've seen that option represented by Jackie Tan one more time, but Noah the Prodigy was able to jump in the air at the second time and made sure to meet him in the skies and take him down.
Now OD knee press. Now to get the drive rush behind it. Another neutral jump there. Raw scissors coming in the punish counter, getting the cycle mine on deck. Jackie Tan not going to hold it this time around.
Jackie Tan, oh, that's the third time the neutral jump has found money. Here comes the level 2. This should be able to be pretty bad for Noah the Prodigy, though. Jackie Tan down an entire game, so we're going to have to work really hard in order to tie it up.
With the jump back light punch again, meeting him in the air. This time we are going to get the juggle, the command throw as well for the meter build. And get a big chunk there. Jackie Tan back online here. 1 round apiece in game number 2.
And that's what Noah the Prodigy has to look for. We've seen players as strong as Daigo have to make up so much ground before Blanca can hit level 2 one more time. Because when Blanca gets level 2 and has access to that install, you're the one who's going to be guessing.
It's alright. I'm going to commit to the bit, bro. It's alright. This character's okay, but we are going to use the OD jump back there. Still plus, when you do it instantly, going to get caught there. Fist to the chin, back to the wall. Mine on deck, you're going to get the juggle here. That should go directly in. It's a level 3. And that's going to be all she wrote. Noah the Prodigy up 2-0 here on Jackie Tan.
Unfortunate for Jackie Tan. They managed to build the level 2 meter, but by then the avalanche offense that is M. Bison managed to bury them in this 2-1, where they are definitely looking for oxygen as they have this huge hill to climb, both in the player of Noah the Prodigy and the record.
Oh, I was going to say, didn't get the full combo there, but a slide to get underneath the DI. Definitely one of Blanca's trickier things to do. There's the OD jump back ball again. A back dash from Noah. Slowly going to walk down the corner, but they've done such a great job of still forcing guesses like that from Jackie Tan now, putting themselves into burnout to try to keep this pressure going. Into neutral, the heavy ball going to meet the slide.
Noah the Prodigy staying right outside of the buttons of Blanca. Great job, but oh, this is a really big opening for Noah the Prodigy. Our opponent is stuck in the wall. We could chip him down with scissors kick. Walking back, there's the drive impact, and Jackie Tan scouted it out.
Yeah, nobody's trying to throw it out raw like that, knowing if you buffer a button behind it, you might get that level 1 reversal action. But either way, Jackie Tan gonna take advantage of it. Gets the round here. Still quick enough to mash that light on wake up. Oh, the stare down. I love when these two aggro characters take a moment to just like mutually respect each other. You are gonna get the punish there off of the perfect parry on the ball. Into the corner now with the Psycho Mine.
Overhead gets blown up. This is really bad for Jackie Tan. No other Prodigy has full meter, so any super, any confirm, it's going to be a guaranteed kill.
Comeback ball, such a huge risk. It's the side swap for the knee bomb. No one home on that one. And burnout now for Noah. Drive reversal, offensive to keep him in the corner. The heavy confirm into the level 2. Might be able to pull this back here. We're going to throw a Blancachon down and see what happens. The level 1, though, we're not going to hold the mix. Knee press Nightmare to put Noah on set point.
See, this is why you were correct. You know, the move's all right. That should have caused him to win, but no. Level 1 stuffs it.
And I think right there, that is going to be, we'll see you later on that one. Oh, never mind. That might have been a CFN moment. We're going to get back into it. I think it was 1 round apiece, so we'll see if we reset it back to where we were.
I wonder if we're going to go ahead and use the replay state. That I rarely see that be employed.
Yeah, we are gonna use it. Is it gonna work out here? And they were like right in the beginning of the set, either way, or like or because Noah just finished out that round. So
we're gonna play this out. Pretty much, we're at the same exact state that we left on. This is one of the cool things about Street Fighter 6's netcode. We're able to just resume where we're at versus, you know, beat up our opponent and try to approximate the previous situation.
And we're going to be right where we left off, though. We're going to be in the Psycho Mine situation again. There's the OD up ball. He's talking about one of your only real escape options to get away from the mine. The level 2 going to be closing things out, and Noah the Prodigy going to be taking it 3-0 over Jackie Tan.
You know, it was 3-0, but it was pretty close, especially with the way that Jackie Tan was playing their defensive options and also using the neutral jump to stop Noah the Prodigy's scissors kicks. But it's just one of the strengths of M. Bison is once you're jailed in the corner with the mine on you, you pretty much have to cross your fingers and pray. It really feels like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's either you're going to eat a lot of damage off of your drive gauge or you're going to have to spend 2 bars and take a guess to try to get out. We saw the jump back OD ball, like, yeah, you get you some breathing room, but the bomb is still there if Bison blocks. So it's kind of a catch-22 once that mine is on you. You really have to, as you mentioned, just put your hands together and pray for the best. So it is going to be Jackie Tan taking a trip over to the loser's side of our top 16. And Noah the Prodigy going to be qualifying winner's side top 8, which is kind of as expected as they were making the Bison work there against the Blanca. And next up, we're going to have Chris CCH versus Zemetro, which is that's a barn burner right there. Chris CCH definitely, I would say, the best Ed player in North America, probably bar none. Going up against Marissa, and we talked about earlier with Marissa, man, you cannot afford to have a wrong guess. It doesn't matter how good of a player you are. If you guess wrong, you're getting blown up.
We've definitely seen a lot of Marissa's today. Like, what happened? Though I appreciate it. And Marissa's able to use her health as a resource. She is 10,500 health, so she could eat like a little bit more extra than your average player. And you see Marissa's kind of trade that health for better positioning. But this is Ed. This is the king of keep away outside of Dhalsim. So it's going to be a very frustrating match for our Marissa player to get in.
Yeah, it's just going to be a lot of big swings, and hopefully they hit for Zemetro, but we'll get that underway. But before we do, I want to remind you guys, there is 1 code left over in the Matcherinos. Who's going to be the last one to do it? Exclamation point Matcherino to claim that last code. It's going to put us at $41 even, or if you're feeling generous at home, you can donate directly into the prize pool to help support these players. There's also a few quests as well to throw in some odd amounts into that prize pool, but in the FGC, every penny counts.
Every single penny. You know, that DLC ain't gonna spend for itself, and I'm sure a lot of people have put Avatar Fighter on their wish list, myself included.
Yeah, I've actually had a lot of fun with that game. I mean, it's no Street Fighter 6, but it's definitely one I'm looking forward to as we get things underway here for our top 8 qualifier. Chris CCH versus Zemetro here. Gonna start things off with the knockdown on the Psycho Blitz kill rush to come in. Not where you want to be against Ed here if you are a Marissa player, because you have to look for a lot of that armor, but you're almost betting against a Psycho Flicker. There's not going to be a backwards movement, the dash out of it.
Look at Chris CCH, so comfortable in that range 2 situation. That means if the Metro whiffs a button, it's going to get caught real badly. Already the flicker forcing the distance in to the throw. CCH being so close and so clean with that parry off of the Superman punch. The damage is not going to be really big, but it's the corner. That's what Symmetra is going to not want. Trade. Here comes the Gladius. One more time with CCH with the DRC confirm, and bam, the DP is going to go ahead and end that first round. CCH looking extremely strong. And now CCH holding down the neutral one more time. Symmetra going to play a little bit more distance. Gambles big with the drive impact, and this is going to be huge, not only in terms of momentum, but also damage, as CCH has to navigate the corner. But still, he's one of the best Eds in the entire United States, so he's been in this situation multiple times. You can see Symmetra trying to find a way to get a whip punch, but Ed's buttons are so fast you can't really do it. And now CCH puts Symmetra in the corner, and Symmetra takes that throw. We're seeing a lot more with the stand heavy kick, but still CCH. Frame kill right to the throw, and now Symmetra, oh no, this is going to be pretty bad. CCH definitely has these combos locked in. There goes the level 3. Even though Marissa's muscles are big and our abs are so strong, that's not going to really help insulate from the barrage of punches that comes from CCH as they land that first level 3, bringing us to the first game. And Thugalos, welcome to the Duel Academy.
CCH has got a lot of mileage with that stand heavy punch in the corner there. And there's the back movement again. We talked about it earlier. The Scudum stance is a great option if someone's close to you, but I mean, it's the real stick and move coming from the boxer here, as well as that perfect parry coming in. Another knockdown, kill rushing in.
Though Metro did get the tech throw, CCH has claimed so much real estate. Now, one thing I haven't seen from Symmetra is not only a lot of armor frames, but we haven't seen the drive reversal just quite yet. So that means CCH is letting their offense go unanswered.
Still sticking out that flicker. Such a tough tool for Marissa to deal with. Getting caught on the toes there with the stand medium kick. With the level 1, this should be enough to close things out. The fancy footwork gonna put the kibosh on the round. CCH up 1 round here in game number 2.
Boom shakalaka. Symmetra is fighting extremely hard, but the caliber of fighter that CCH is really showing the difficulty of both these characters in terms of skill sets and play styles. Symmetra, though, already we got CCH in the corner. We weren't able to close it out in the previous game. Can Symmetra do it one more time? Safe chest setup, and CCH manages to get the tech right after the parry.
What a DP there, catching Symmetra low again. Knockdown, kill rush coming in. The level 2 built up here. Level 3 on deck still for Symmetra though. I mean, you're just kind of one hit away from closing this out. But once again, this mid-range from CCH, so hard to deal with a character like Marissa. You have to take a huge commitment to try to get over. Like you see that jump there, but Chris gonna get the back throw.
And you saw that Symmetra was even smart, which is doing a raw jump and not to extend their hurt box. Oh, big jump and heavy punch. And Symmetra gets the round, holds on to the level 3 because they know that is their only shot of killing CCH.
They might have the kill shot loaded up though. Level 3 on deck for both players. We know that Marissa just becomes a little bit more dangerous when you have to worry about it. Spinning the drive rush in there, close the distance. Still, I mean, right back to the mid-range. As soon as Chris got that block screen, it was immediate backdash to set up this mid-range play again.
Symmetra being pretty smart not to approach when they don't have a lot of meter. Manages the backdash to throw, doesn't really get anything either in terms of damage or drive gauge. CCH full drive gauge, and you can see how patient Symmetra is.
Patient as well from CCH. Drive rush in for the throw, no button pressed. Super flinching there. CCH trying to fight their way out, holding the flicker in the face of Marissa is definitely a choice. Spinning drive gauge again to keep the pressure going is Symmetra. That level 3 just looming.
But CCH full drive gauge on display. Symmetra a little under 2 bars. Don't get burned out. They're not looking for it. They can't really turn Chris gray, but Chris can definitely turn up the heat.
Still sticking out the flicker. Got to watch the timing here. 35 seconds left. The back throw for the real estate. Another low there. The crouch medium punch. Not going to see the spin yet.
Gladius one more time. CCH catches it, catches on the beautiful whip punish opportunity, and just like that, real easy. Second verse, same as the first. This is going to be a second game done with the third super as we move to the third game.
Yeah, that's the thing about CCH. Like, just some of the best whip punishes in the game, and able to snipe that one out there with the crouch medium kick. And now that 2-0 lead Just make things a little bit harder for Symmetra to come over. We talked about the range that they play at is so hard to deal with. And we are going to be getting a character swap here. We're going to be switching over to Alex, and now your Oki game becomes a little bit stronger just because you have, Armored Lariat, different setups off of the Prowler stand. So we'll see if they're able to close the distance and keep that distance, or keep the lack of distance away from Chris here.
Yo, bro, I just need to say real quick, the name that you gave Alex's level 3 during the Madhouse stream, I was glad I wasn't drinking water because I would have spat my drink out.
That's the cousin cracker, bro. I don't care what they cast out of the storyline. We all saw what you did, Alex. We know. 50% down, though. Back to the wall. Drive rushing in for a second helping. Big immunity buttons there with the level 1. Not even going to need it. One sliver left over Symmetra. Perfect KO to make it sweeter. Chris CCH on set point.
Oh, okay, now that I'm done with hit stun in the commentary side, Symmetra switch to Alex. I understand the reasoning. It's a lot more of a smothering grappler, but still Chris CCH understands, like, hey, you know what, I can play a little bit aggressive too, but Symmetra finds the crouching medium punch. There's the knockdown. Prowler stance in, the stand heavy punch allows them to take their plus frames, but Chris CCH, excellent defense.
Yeah, we talked about that dynamic with all the mix-ups you can do off of the Prowler stance, but Chris CCH is ready for it. Can't either confirm here, just mashing out the lights at level 3. Gonna be enough to close out the trade off of the heavy kick there. Not over for Symmetra just yet, and they are gonna get the power bomb to even things up.
Shout outs to Scott Hall. That looked very similar to a Razor's Edge. Chris CCH though, doesn't matter, throw meets throw, and Symmetra on dangerous waters. One good confirmed normal, and it's gonna be over for them, and that is absolutely it. Slams the uppercut right into the face, and Chris CCH finishes that at going 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, just patience and neutral. Understanding that they're playing against big body characters, either which way, whether it's the Mercer or the Alex. And just playing at that mid-range is exactly what you want to do. The flicker and that stand medium kick just becomes such a hard tool to deal with when you want to control that mid-range space. So Chris UCH, I mean, you want to look up neutral. That right there is going to be the first thing you see in the dictionary.
Raw neutral, just sheer presence. Like you were talking about it, non-factor, how Guile is able to win the drive gauge war because he's able to sit and plan himself. That's the same thing with Ed, but instead of using, fireballs, it's just long range normals and flicker stances, just forcing your way. And you're obviously Chris CCH is getting these counter hits, so he's depleting the drive gauge of his opponent.
Well, before we get into some of our top 8 matches, I believe the man in charge, Neo Judai, has some words to share with everybody at home.
Yes, please take the stage.
Fuck Dawson. Anywho, hello everybody. This is your motivated host with the most here with the special announcement. Alright. You guys don't know what 149 plus 1 is. You have a lot of issues. But next Monday is the 150th Motivation Academy for Street Fighter 6 NA. It also continues our streak of 10 consecutive months without a cancellation from a Monday. It's a big milestone here on the channel. If you guys are interested in playing in it, you guys can sign up with that link there. And yeah, that's all I pretty much have to say. Long streak of hosting, and all I can really say is I'm very thankful for the community for always showing out. That being said, we're gonna get into starting top 8. I'm going back to the Shadow Realm. Hope y'all enjoy.
Congratulations, Neo Judai, for running a fantastic tournament. Not everyone can get to 150, and not everyone can be at 150 while slamming down really good players, really good games, and a really great community.
Yeah, Neo Judai be going to majors, bro, and the next day he will still somehow host Motivation Academy. I don't know how he does it, but I'm damn sure that he does. As we get things underway for our first winner's side top 8 match, gonna be Noah the Prodigy and Trouble Den. This time Noah gonna opt for the patented Luke. Little forward throw there. The neutral jump, so hard to deal with. That jump heavy punch, man, has been giving people fits this entire game along, and the perfect KO. Exclamation point on top for the 1-0 lead.
And Noah the Prodigy, even though a lot of people have switched off for Luke in favor of other Shotos and other characters, he's been representing Luke strong and showing us why this character is such a hard one to deal with. And Trouble Den just not really having an answer to any of Noah Prodigy's offense, going for the medium kick, finally with the burn kick, using the level 1 to just get some sort of damage on the table.
Giving away the Sandblast here. Make sure they don't have to eat any of the Seismo action. Another forward throw there. Troubled in back in a familiar spot. Drive rushing in. The Outlaw kick. Fully optimal starter with the level 3. The Pale Rider. Might be enough to close things out here and give Noah this 1-game lead. It's one thing I will say about Luke, man. The character has all the tools in the world, but they do have to meter dump to go ahead and find that damage. And that's exactly what Noah the Prodigy did there. Now up 1-0.
Luke is simple, effective, the most hammer of hammers. And we could just see he's able to get so much, but as you said, non-factor, he's got to pay for it. And that's one of the things that's kept him from the tippity top. But hey, Noah the Prodigy showing just some top tier piloting as they go 1-0 over Trouble End.
There, the crouch medium kick confirm. Take him over to the corner here. This is where Noah thrives, man. Especially Luke is just a character, just gets full control when they're in the corner here. A lot of these forward moving buttons like the suppressor, the knee, gonna really throw people off. Look for the DP there, but the burn kick just a little bit out of range.
And that's been Trouble End's go-to out of the corner, but Noah the Project scouts out the super. They should put us at level 2, but Noah the Project will uncork it just because we want that round. Good night, Trouble End. This is not looking good for you.
Yeah, on the verge of going up 2-0 here, or 2-0 here. Noah the Prodigy has done a great job of just, getting to the corner, staying in the corner. Even when Troubled In was able to escape there, still able to close the distance. And they're doing a great job of controlling the distance as well with the Sandblast, just to make sure the Seismo doesn't really become a factor.
Great use of the light kick to go ahead and have Noah the Prodigy go for the drive impact. Trouble End finally lands a super. They're aiming for that burnout. However, Noah the Prodigy often puts himself into a burnout, so I don't really know how much of an advantage Trouble End is going to bleed out of here. But hey, the DP gets ourselves around, and that's got to feel really good for Troubled End.
Yeah, all momentum is good momentum here. See if they can even the score. The shallow burn kick. Throwing Noah off kilter. Taking him over the corner with the knockdown. See if you can keep him in the corner. The neutral jump coming out. Neutral jump heavy kick is also something you see Noah do a lot. Just because the hitbox on the thing is, it's pretty janky to say the least. However, we are going to confirm, get the install online, and not going to hold it. OD rising uppercut.
Trouble End wanted to see if they could find a way to get some offense in, but Noah the Prodigy chipping away at Trouble End's drive gauge, and they have the trade, and Trouble End takes it 1-1. This is going to be a lot more competitive than people will think.
Yeah, Trouble End definitely no slouch here. Gets a lot of mileage out of the burn kick. We've already seen him make one of the rising uppercuts from Noah whiff, so see if that continues to be a theme.
And Noah showing us the neutral jump multiple times, but Trouble End doubles up the medium kick, but the crouching medium punch from Noah will take Trouble End all the way there thanks to the charge in, and one more throw, double leg takedown. Trouble End, what you gonna do?
In the corner, see if we can hold him. The knee coming in, counter hit. Full extension with it. The backdash, what a call from Troubled In to even the score. Another backdash, giving up some real estate instead of looking for the knockdown. They are going to get the knockdown with the Thunder Knuckle, though.
Medium kick, Seismo hammer, big damage from Trouble End, and that's going to be a rather costly victory. But hey, now Trouble End is finally up. They are in the lead in winter semifinals.
See if they can hold it here. I'm not sure if that's exactly what they were looking for. They are going to get the whip punish there. Noah the Prodigy over to the corner. Forward throw, punish counter as well. 50% down. Now just trying to chip at this drive gauge, holding the flash knuckle. No fear. Knowing they have that level 3 to cancel into. And there's another whip punish to close out the round. Perfect KO. Going to send us into a final round of game number 3.
As you talked about, non-factor, the forward advancing normals of Luca, such a stand heavy punch, allows Noah to really dictate the pace of the corner and get really easy whip punishes.
Still holding on that heavy flash knuckle. You're almost daring your opponent to do anything. If you hit DI in the middle of that heavy flash knuckle charge with the level 3, it's an easy cancel to confirm into it for the damage there. Noah putting themselves in a burnout. Troubled In, a little bit of drive gauge to work with here. Still challenging with the lights and the back throw on top.
Trouble End has the corner. Noah Prodigy jumps back, gets caught on the landing frames in the middle of the button. Here comes the big counter. Troubled End will have to use the level 2 super one more time. That is the worst kind of noogie. And there's the burn kick, the big dive kick. Look, kind of reminds me of rival schools. But now Troubled End, 2-1. 2-1 on Troubled End.
Troubled End right now ruining some fantasy brackets. Noah the Prodigy down here. See if they can turn the tide. Another low forward connection there. Still spinning a lot of drive gauge. Back to the wall.
Noah the Prodigy really feels comfortable fighting his opponent in the corner, but Trouble End, thanks to that burn kick, is very comfortable getting out of the corner.
Anti-airs have been on point as well. Unfortunately, getting backed on there at the startup of the overhead. Noah's still using these forward advancing normals to try to search for this whiff punish here.
Perfect parry, finds the medium punch. Big distance from Noah. The Prodigy dashes in, goes for the throw one more time, but Trouble End right over the Sandblaster. Noah the Prodigy enforcing their pressure. One more throw, one more big one, and there's Trouble End throwing out the counter. They were anticipating something big, but now they got the stun. There's that patented level 2 from Troubled End, and Noah the Prodigy is going to fall victim to it for another round. I spoke too soon!
He really just held focus attack, like almost like mid-range there, and it worked out from the coast-to-coast carry. Of course, the chip kill at the end of it. Troubled and 1 round away from sending Noah the Prodigy into loser side. Let's see if Noah has anything to say about it. Sitting with that level 3 is so huge, but still spending a lot of drive gauge for this corner carry.
Is Troubled End going to go ahead and make a lot of DraftKings bettors upset with this outcome? Noah the Prodigy, Sandblaster in, chasing him down with the stand heavy kick. Oh, neutral jump, catches the bird kick one more time. Big damage on the table. Luke damage output really make sure we put the pain in the punishment.
What a confirm there off of the stand medium kick. The buff online now. Every airborne movement so huge. No confirm off the crouching medium kick. Noah fighting for the winner's side live. Drive rushing in, hitting the DI. It's a little gentleman's reset there, and now on the verge of tying things up 2-2. Either set point or going to send us into a final game here. What do the script writers have in store?
Looking to extend ourselves for season 2. Noah the Prodigy, neutral jump one more time. Trouble End, they trade. Unfortunate for them. Stand medium kick, but Noah Prodigy chasing them down from the super jump. And this should be a level 3. Super called it because we are looking to replenish that drive gauge and hold on to the corner.
And what a huge call there from Noah just to chase the landing frames and not go for the crosscut in case it wasn't in range of the burn kick. Setting him up in a good spot there. The suppressor trade. Low forward, gonna send us into a final game. Noah the Prodigy. Gonna be looking at tied up 2-2 here between the two for the chance to go into winners finals.
Big situation for Troubled End. Noah the Prodigy fighting in for their winner's life. And again, we're taking him to the corner one more time. No meter. That's going to force us to use the save jump on him. And Troubled End, super jump out. Just going to play a little bit patient, but falls victim to the jumping medium kick.
Jump for jump there, bar for bar. Going to work out the forward throw. Noah's starting to feel that momentum. The neutral jump. Getting caught by the burn kick either way. Flipped again. Great confirmed, Troubled In, almost going coast to coast, gonna bust out, rising uppercut. Didn't use the finisher with the last of the meter, wasn't sure if it was gonna kill. Full screen OD Sandblast.
Still, we're gonna follow up the Seismo with a DP, and here we go, Troubled In now on death's door as Noah the Prodigy is on set point. Here, crouch medium kick, cancels in, puts him in the corner, and Noah the Prodigy gets the throw, enforcing that Oki.
You can tell Noah's starting to feel themselves too. At the rate they're starting to spend the drive gauge, they're starting to see something unfortunately there. Seeing a handful of nothing with that whiff throw. Troubled End gonna take advantage of the buff online with the level 1.
Troubled End really likes that level 1 off the medium kick, and I can understand why. Not only do we get the buff, but we do respectable damage. Troubled End with the hard knockdown, gets the shimmy in, and there we go. Final game, final round, winners semifinals. Who's gonna take this? Finally.
Neutral jump there. Noah is coming in with that level 3. Could be so huge, but another big confirmed. Troubled In, walking him down the back dash. Now able to find the whip punish there and still checking with that stand light kick as Troubled In.
Another Prodigy burns himself out still. Troubled In gets a side switch. We're looking, stuffs the heavy one, but still jumping medium kick and doing so well for Noah the Prodigy. Chipping away Troubled In thanks to these throws. And that was the whiff. The whiff light kick thanks to the evasive property of the charge heavy knuckle. Level 3 on deck. It's looking really, oh my God. So bad, too little, too late. As Noah the Prodigy ends this 2-2 to be in winners finals. You okay? You okay,
He can't keep
non-factor?
getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. But Noah the Prodigy, of course, the clutch gene showing up again. You saw them multiple times that entire set was charging that heavy flash knuckle, whether in burnout or out of burnout. You're daring your opponent to try to challenge with it, just so you can confirm into that level 3. As we mentioned earlier, even if you try to DI it while Noah's in burnout, you can buffer that level 3 in the middle of the heavy flash knuckle animation to find the punish there. But just loading up that heavy flash knuckle definitely paid off long-term investments for Noah the Prodigy.
And Noah the Prodigy this is why he's so good. Other players would remove the option from their syllabus once it's stuffed 3 times, 4 times, and we saw Troubled and stuff the heavy charge knuckle, but then at the pivotal moment in the neutral, at the right space, at the right time, Noah the Prodigy sends that move in and lands it flush.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. It's just believing in your options. Noah the Prodigy cannot be denied at a certain point. But next up, we are going to have an absolute barn burner. It's going to be Chris CCH versus Levi Hakai. Let's see what character Levi's going to bust out with. I have not seen too much Ingrid versus Ed just yet, but of course, Levi has been known for the work they've been putting in with Elena. So it's either going to be footsies or zonings, but we'll see how the cookie crumbles as we get things going forward for our next winners semi-final matches. I also want to give a massive shout out to everyone in chat for claiming all of those Matcherino codes. We are now at an even 41 Bison bucks, but if you still want to be generous and throw a little of your own money into that Matcherino pod, please do so. I'm not going to tell you not to. Exclamation point Matcherino to head over there. There are still quests to claim as well to throw a little bit of change into that prize pool. But as we head into our next winner semifinals match, Captain No Fun, it's been pretty good action thus far. How you feeling about the bracket?
I'm feeling really great about the bracket, but you know who's winning here besides the community of Street Fighter 6? Those who love honest neutral. We have been seeing so many sets just walking in, walking out, showing buttons, representing throws, not a lot of neutral skips, and when they are thrown, they're thwarted. This seems like the most fundamentally sound bracket that I have commentated in a long time.
Yeah, and I mean that's just the state of like the level of competition inside of Street Fighter 6 right now. It's like even in these online tournaments, the weeklies, you're gonna see people who are like really masterful when it comes down to the basics, because you're only as strong as your foundation in these games. So if you got good nooch, it's gonna take you a far way.
Good nooch, and speaking of good nooch, Levi Kai is moving on to the Elena. Levi Kai is no slouch in the neutral as well. They too can dance around, and Elena is a character very slippery. A lot of her buttons are evasive, and Chris CCH is going to have to take a little bit more space to accommodate that, because when you think you got Elena dead to rights with a button, she's out of the way and in your face, and you are crying.
Yo, Judah, I see you were muted. You got some good news for us?
Real quick, I need a favor from the chat. These 2 Matcherinos were from Saturday's tournaments, and I just need help claiming the rest of the codes for that. There's 120 something of y'all in here. If you guys could just claim a few of those codes, it'd be greatly appreciated.
You got you. Jumping on that right now, Captain.
Gotcha.
Yo, Jordan, I'm about to ban you from my chat. How about that? I'm gonna take your sword, your Twitch Turbo, your prank cans, and ban you.
Damn, not the sword.
Not the sword.
Not the sword. But we're gonna get things into it here. As you mentioned, you kind of have to play at a different range here against Elena. You also have to worry about the Link song getting through the startup of the Fireball of Ed. It's that 2-step Fireball can really get thrown for a whirl because of the Link song going through it.
Yo, 1-2-step Missy Elliott shout out. Chris CCH off into the corner, Levi Kai respecting the distance but knowing when to press his advantage. Chris CCH, okay, slams in the crouching medium punch, and already first big combo goes to them, but it's not all the damage, allowing Levi Kai to regain their footing.
Massive shout out to Alea's baby as well. The $20 direct contribution into the Matcherino, bringing us to $61 for this Motivation Academy number 149 here. Massive shout out for the direct contribution.
Always love to see it. Thank you for contributing to the pot and making our players fight a little bit harder.
There you go. The spin side is going to get the corner carry as well. Oh, look for the DI. Chris ECH wake up throw to turn the table. Still in burnout here. See, they're just throwing out these normals in the air. Wake up level 1 is going to be blocked. What a bait from Levi Hakai. And they're going to be on the board first here.
Using the slide to dictate some sort of intention of doing a meaty on wake up, but holding back. Great little trickery from Levi Kai. That's the slipperiness we were talking about with Elena.
So you definitely can't leave any buttons hanging out there unless you're going to get whip punished like that. Chris CCH still on point. Stand medium kick again, just poking away. Not loading up a lot of flicker just yet, but the heavy punch. Going to get the knockdown with the Psycho Blitz.
And notice that Chris CH is standing at a range that Levi Kai can easily check Ed with the long lanes of Elena. She too has far-reaching normals, and Chris CH is respecting that.
Overhead confirmed there. Slowly walking Chris down to the corner. Back throw though again. Chris CCH able to turn the tables. It's one thing, they were giving up a lot of space, but it's that rope-a-dope style, man. Sneaking in the back throw is so huge, and now the level 3 to close out the rounds. An expensive spend, but evening things up is huge.
Chris CH understands that they're going to go ahead and make that meter back, and even though they won't be able to get the level 3, they're going to get close to a level 2 at the most. And Eds can do a lot of damage with the level 2, but Chris can do even more damage with good, honest neutral.
Oof, another stand medium kick there. Let's confirm, and the knockdown, kill rush inward. Saw the delay on the crouch light there. To test the options of Levi Kai. Haven't seen too many bust out with the scratch wheel just yet. You are going to, however, get carried to the corner. Tough sledding this far, and this is where Ed really thrives, man. You can just stick out that heavy punch. You can stick out the flicker as well to keep your opponent at bay.
CCH giving more space, forcing Levi Hakai to approach. They move in with the kill rush. Levi Hakai eats the throw. Should be able to take one more throw before things get dire, but Chris CCH has the duck on the target combo, and Levi Hakai has to go back to the drawing board.
Target combo, is that Moon Glider? I don't know. I try to remember all these names for Elena, but I ain't gonna lie, she just be spinning sometimes and everything looks the same.
Yes, yeah, everything kind of goes that. I just saw the bop, so I didn't know if that was the target combo, but I do know it's one of the few normals that does whiff on a crouching opponent.
Yeah, be all over the place with that one. However, though, Chris CCH back to the wall here. We've seen him in this position before. They've gotten a lot of back throws to turn things around, but we'll see how that works out for Amirs. You can tell Levi Hakai is just waiting their patience away. The heavy kick gets the punish there. Chris CCH trying to get some breathing room.
See how Chris CCH is whiffing just in front of Levi Hakai's face. Now using the flicker jab, which is a lot longer range. Chris CCH making some momentum. Levi Kai spins under, but couldn't really get close enough to do any real damage.
Oh, what a whiff punish there from Levi Hakai. The micro walk back gonna work out for him. Get the round there, trying to tie things up one apiece.
Levi Kai needs to make some much needed adjustments. That was a good start, but can they close it out? Chris CCH did fall back, did come back from a one round deficit, so anything's possible.
Still sticking out that flicker. And it's just a mid-range battle between these two. Searching for these whip punches here. Chris looking pretty solid now, just holding on to the flicker, letting it go as soon as the incoming drive rush was moving towards him. Now Levi Hakai in a tough spot to punish counter throw to close out the round. One round apiece here as Chris CCH is looking for this 2-0 lead.
Chris CCH is starting to understand that they're starting to understand Levi Kai's habits, also just putting themselves in a good situation where they have the life lead. Levi Kai needs to play patient and slow, while Chris CCH can play glacial.
The overhead there, perfect parry. Then they get themselves a knockdown here. See what the setup is. Going over the top. Great defense from Chris CCH. Sometimes walking back is all you need, but getting caught either way in the corner now.
Levi Kai holding it down. There's the flicker jab that gets thrown, but is tagged. Levi Kai keeping it safe, not doing anything crazy, allowing themselves to get thrown by Chris CCH.
We're going to spend some meter here. We are going to use the level 3 to try to get out of burnout and attack the health bar of Chris CCH. Not going to be enough to kill here. It's going to be very, very close, but you are going to... Oh, never mind. Oh, my goodness. 50% with the level 3. Why not? Levi Hakai tying things up one apiece.
You know, if I had $1 for every time where I thought a super wouldn't kill but did kill, I would have a lot of dollars. Probably enough to match the Matcherino donations.
61 times? Yeah, we keeping track?
Yeah. But still, Levi Kai just playing so patient, holding on to their resources, and Chris CCH going a little bit more aggressive. That's the first OD reversal that I've seen of the game. And now the throw, putting Chris CCH in the corner.
Oh, trying to backdash, getting clipped there. Not sure they're looking for with the uppercut. Not going to work out, though. This time it is the OD to get some space. So equal in health between these two. Chris going back to the flicker.
Chris CCH playing the strike throw game very well. forcing Levi Hakai to be honest. There's the slide in. Both of these people just at a stalemate.
Yeah, this is the pace you want to play this matchup here. Still looking low. In burnout now. Chris gonna find the throw.
Yo, Rosebear7 just gifted 10 subs. Thank you very much.
That's massive right there. That's a big time bucks. 10 gifted subs, massive shout outs. Levi Kai trying to go up 2-1 here. Has that 1 round lead, almost building up that level 3 as well. Gets the punish. We're gonna spend 1 bar. Back the drive gauge a little bit, get the corner carry with the scratch wheel.
Also doing a little bit of damage to Chris CCH drive gauge. There goes the level. Was that level 2? That was level 2.
That was level 1.
That was level 1? Thank you.
Spin side extension there. Double scratch wheel. Now it's time to get us. They wake up with a level 3. Oh, I thought it was going to be baited. Ends up getting caught. I mean, it's a big spin to keep yourself alive. It'll be almost 50% down for Levi Hakai here. Still an uphill climb for Chris.
Huge critical art. Was able to get in, but the light kick from Levi Hakai manages for them to take their game. Chris CCH is playing very well. Both of these players playing so patient, so clean, so respectful.
Chris in a good spot here. I mean, they've been in the corner a lot on their side. This time on the left side of the screen. Going to take the knockdown, cycle blitz. No crosscut. Levi going to jump out for free here.
Like he confirmed, got caught mashing, but no real punish from Levi against Levi Kai. Chris CCH throwing the flickers down, being really annoying. But Levi Kai gets the DP, holds onto the corner one more time. Rhino Horn, a good finish. Neutral jump, but Chris CCH not biting.
Okay, trying to see if they can bait out the parry there. So equal on health. The forward throw. Levi Hakai are on the verge of going to set point here. The trade combo gonna work out there, and now just 1 round away from sending Chris CCH to losers.
Chris CCH again going for the classic flicker one more time, but Levi Kai is able to go beat for beat, distance for distance. Elena is equipped so well with dealing with Ed's pressure because of how long her normals are.
Oh, it's whiffing away. Ships passing the night. The back heavy kick there, so huge. The level 2, no healing. Gonna attack the drive gauge here. Chris CCH in a bad spot. And that confirm is enough to close things out with the spin scythe. Levi Hakai gonna be punching their ticket over into winners finals and sending Chris CCH to the loser side of our top 8.
Quite the unpredicted outcome with a lot of people's bets, but that's what happens. Sometimes someone's got to win, someone's got to lose, and that time it was Levi Kai doing the winning.
Yeah, that's just a great display of neutral. I mean, whether or not it was in the corner, not just stayed patient the entire time. I got a lot of mileage out of that back heavy kick as well, which is kind of Elena's bread and butter when they are going to be searching for whiff punishes because you get the punish counter with it. Able to get a lot of corner carry with the Rhino Horn as well. But that was well played from both sides. It's just the way it crumbled this time around is going to be Levi Hakai going up against Noah the Prodigy in winners finals of our top 8. So Chris VCH going to be awaiting the winner, I believe, of a Lazy Boredom, and I don't see who the next person is.
Go ahead and try to find the bracket myself.
Yeah. But next up, I think we are going to get Zemetra versus Zealam here. So we're going to get more Marissa on the screen, as you mentioned. We've been seeing a lot of Marissa tonight at Motivation Academy, which is kind of expected. The character seems to be an online tournament demon, more or less. You don't see too many of them in ranked these days, but the high-level ones will definitely sting you.
Definitely, just because the character's not so represented, so there's a bit of a knowledge check. And also, when it is online where people try to play a little bit more careless, that's where Marissa's ability to commit highway robbery comes into play.
And we talk about robbery, man. That character Sagat can definitely rob you as well. Definitely arguably top 1 character in the game, but still hovering in that top 3 here. And we'll see how Zemetra is able to navigate the fireballs here. It's one thing, Sagat, the heavy fireballs, or at least the standing fireballs, very, very good to keep the distance away. Of course, the low tiger shot, not as strong as it used to be. So we'll see how Zemetra is able to navigate neutral here.
But also standing heavy punch out of drive rush, that's another crime against humanity. Glad he
I mean, Zealam low on drive gauge immediately. 10 seconds in and at a half a bar is huge as Zemetra back on the attack here. Able to chip away. Now in burnout with no super to defend themselves as Zealam.
Already chipping away our opponent. Zemetra finds the crouching jab. Hard knockdown. Drive impact was thwarted by the throw. Zealand finally has the corner, and we're going to hold position. Here's the high tiger shot one more time, forces Zemetra to duck, but still gets clipped by one of them.
Charging in though, drive reversal, keeping Zemetra in the corner here. Zealand getting another chance at life there. Zemetra didn't buffer a button into that DI, so back to Newt. They have a chance for it. The Scutum stance, the armor coming in. Gotta worry about these long-reaching limbs of Sagat here, slowing the pace.
The Scutum was stuffed. Zealand is doing a great job. Hard knockdown off the sweep. There's the overhead, but Zemetra understood that that was going to be a meaty option and wakes up with a level 2. One of Marissa's only reversals. Well, few reversals.
Gonna work out big time, Zemetra, getting that first round. Still bugging away. I will say Zealand has not been that busy with the medium punches just yet, which of course we all know was like the patented of Sagat in Street Fighter 6. But as I say that, there's the crouch medium there, the great nullifier. Gonna get the knockdown here with the DP.
There it is, strike throw mix up, not a little too far away. Zemetra burning out Zealand. Again, claiming our plus frames thanks to these heavy target combos. And Zealand's gonna have the whole block.
Yeah, back to the wall here. You do have super to defend yourself this time around. Do you risk the DI as you come in with the safe jump? Back online for Zealand. See if they can navigate their way out of the situation.
Again with the level 2, and Zemetra taking that first game. 2 level 2s, so good for them.
Yeah, I mean, just getting their damage in when they can. It's kind of the matchup here is like when you get that distance with Marissa, you just want to chunk them away with these heavy buttons, take your plus frames. Continuing to put him in that guessing situation. And Zealand hasn't really been able to set the tone with the fireball either. Kind of been standing in the range that Zemetra wants to be in.
Evan says loses round 1. One of these players will be going home, or since it's online, staying home. So both people fighting for their tournament life. Tiger Nexus wasn't whip punished, but still Zemetra has the momentum thanks to the Scutum. And we finally get ourselves to the corner, but Zealand fights out.
In this peculiar situation again. So they can swing with these mediums. You can't afford to whiff anything here. And now we're starting to see the tiger shot show its face a little bit here to control this distance.
Both of these people trying to whip punish. Both the medium punches are pretty close to each other in range, but the stand heavy punch. But unfortunate for Zemetra just has the better button for the situation. And now we're at the match point. Zemetra can go 2-0, but Zealand needs something really bad.
I mean, just not really able to implement their game plan at all. We haven't seen these medium, medium punches. We saw one there, but it's not able to get a lot of mileage. But a lot of Sagat's tools are being nullified here by Zemetra. We are going to get the punish, however. Able to finish things off with that Tiger Nexus string.
Still got a few Tiger shots. So I'm going to be very careful how they do that. Zemetra showing us that we can use the level 2 effectively at the ranges needed.
That reversal. Trying to keep this position on screen. The lights here. The level 3 still on deck from Zemetra, just looming here. Have to check with the light. And walk down to the corner little by little. These crouching light kicks feeding families. 50% down now for Zealand. You can't afford to get clipped. To jump out for free. Getting caught there. No cancel out of the Gladius just yet.
Zealand is going to go ahead and live that command grab one more time. They still have critical art. Will they spend it to get the ground?
You might be able to spend the level 2. They are just going to cash out level 2 and not have to use the whole thing. So a little optimal there from Zealand. Ends up stealing that round with a little bit of chip of health left. 1 round apiece here as Zemetra still looking to take this 2-0 lead.
You can see Zemetra starting off hard with the block knee, but Zealand dips into the Tiger uppercut but gets thrown into the corner. Zemetra always chasing him down with the heavy punch, and Zealand still wants to go ahead and do some work, but can't get anything really started.
Another big time whiff punish from Zealand there. Drop the combo. Another whiff punish, but still not able to get the target combo on it. Zemetra, I mean, at these full range buttons, you're getting chips, but they're not turning into chunks for Zealand here. Blocking the overhead is huge. Level 3 on deck. No cancel out of the Gladius either. In burnout now for Zealand. At what point do you take the risk for the DI? Well into burnout. You see them buffering, they're plotting. And there it is, sneaking it in. And that's going to be all she wrote. Level 3 with the exclamation point on top. Zemetra going to take this 2-0 lead over Zealand.
Fantastic playing from Zemetra. And one of the things about Zemetra is they're playing this game slow. This is not your typical drive rush overhead Marissa, jump in heavy Marissa. This is a Marissa that respects Sagat's tools and range because they know that they are fighting from a distance.
Yeah, Tiger Shot just not really been a tool that's been that effective. Saw a little bit in like 2 rounds ago from Zealand, but just not able to set the pace with it thus far. They're getting in the trenches with Symmetra here. Hasn't been working out from the arc. Gonna get the safe jump throw. Over half health down, another one.
Target combo gets the quick knockdown. Symmetra in the corner, but that's one of the things I'm noticing. Symmetra will use that charge heavy punch as a way to close in on neutral while also pushing our opponent back and getting themselves off the corner.
There's the Gladius for space. Why not mash out the jab? Zillion with the DP. Gonna be enough to close it out. See if they can put themselves on the board here. 1 round up in game number 3. Now just controlling neutral a little bit better. You can see them just slowly walking down their opponent. Little neutral skip there with the Tiger knee, and still the bravery to bust out with the Tiger uppercut against Marissa, it's huge, because I'm like, you're gonna get blown up if that gets blocked. With reversals with Marissa, you almost want to look for drive reversal more than any kind of like DP, just because Marissa doesn't have a 6-frame medium, so all of her punishes on drive reversal have to start with the light. And there's the DI there, exactly what the doctor ordered. Do you spend the level 3 to cash out now, or save it for the kill? We're going to save it for one last interaction.
I can totally understand that mantra of not wanting to risk your reversal options, but at the same time, sometimes you just got to do the faster, more reliable option. Zealand, though, manages to finally get a game with that low Tiger Shot 2-1, and Zealand's starting to get a little bit of life breathing back into their veins.
Yeah, it's complete control of the screen there. Hawkins and Metro down to the corner. We haven't seen too many risks being taken this time around. You are playing with that 2-0 lead at the time, now 2-1 lead, so I understand if you want to wait for your turn, as Zealand so close to burnout immediately off rip. And what a backdash to stand medium confirm.
And that's the one thing that Symmetra has been doing a lot in the corner is that heavy punch. So Zealand is starting to show the adaptation with the backdash. And even if Symmetra is not hitting the button, at that range, that's great for Sagat.
There's a command throw. Oh, there it is, 50% off the board now for Zealand. The Scootum. It's running up and doing it. The light confirm there. You have the level 1. You spend it. It should scale pretty hard off of the jab, so you might just have to take your knockdown. They did build up the level 2, however. This right here should go ahead and close the door on it. Zealand on the verge of tying things up.
Tiger Raid. I love how the lore of Street Fighter is repurposing other super moves from previous games into like lower caliber ones just to show the mastery of the character.
Oh, the neutral jump there. No punish on the throw. That's huge. Symmetra still using the Scootum stance. They've been getting a lot of mileage off of it, just not able to get this corner carry and really start forcing the guesses. Another whip punish there from Zealand. Back to the corner you go.
Now Symmetra has been using stand heavy punch multiple times. Instead, they go do the Gladius to charge through any option, including Fireball. They're back to the middle screen. Zealand going to be tempting fate with those whip punishes. Find something really big. We got level 2 on deck. We could do another Tiger Raid for the kill.
That should be enough to close it out. Blink and you miss it. Zealand going to tie things up 2-2. The script writers working overtime here as we're in top 8 and they're still showing their faces. 2 games apiece here, as Zealand just stealing the momentum away from Symmetra here.
Zealand is showing the adaptation. We're starting to better jail our Marissa player. Meanwhile, Symmetra's limitations as the Marissa are starting to be exploited by the strength of Sagat.
Meeting him there. Half health off the board immediately for Zealand and Symmetra. I mean, completely turning up the fire this time around. Look at the range they're playing at. They're just looking for a whip punish. They're daring Zealand to stick out a limb, scoot him into the overhead.
Crouching medium punch. This is big time for Symmetra. Dribble in one more time. We're going to have to use the level 1 just to close it out. Symmetra wisely using the level 1 because now they're at set point.
Yeah, and that's that range we just pointed out they were playing at, man. Just searching for these whip punishes. Zealand has been sticking out a lot of the crouch mediums. Little toe tap there. Gladius breaking through the stand medium kick, and now Zealand just back to the wall again. You could tell Symmetra has just really turned up the pace compared to those last 2 games.
Stand heavy punch. That's an option that Zealand hasn't done too often. They spent a little bit of their drive gauge to get themselves off the wall, but now they're so close to being burnt out. But still, we stuffed the Superman punch. We used the Tiger knee, but there's the Metro with the punish.
Want to carry off the Superman save jump setup. Frame trap, and this right here, big time damage, and this should be enough to close things out with the level 2. That's going to be it. Symmetra able to weather the storm. We're going to be taking a 3-2 win over Zealand and moving forward in the loser side of our top 8. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end of Zealand's run, but that was back and forth, no fun.
really back and forth just because Zealam had the adaptation, but Symmetra was able to weather that storm, as you said, and really dial in what makes them work. But speaking of storm, we got Trouble N and Chris CCH. Both of these people extremely tough to get by. So whoever makes it past into losers quarterfinals have quite the opponents to deal with.
And next up, we are going to have Lazy Boredom and Doma. If you like Marissa, you're going to want to stick around as we're going to get another top Marissa player in the building against Doma with the Elena. Doma was playing Kimberly for a very, very long time, but they definitely found their home with playing Elena. Has really leveled up in the way that they're playing neutral. So we'll see how things unfold here. Loser's quarters on the line. Winner goes on. Loser goes home. Unless you're already home, then you just got to log off, you know?
Which is not the worst thing. Sometimes you just gotta appreciate the sunlight. Lazy Boredom, this is the first time we've seen him in Motivation Academy number 149, but not the first time we've seen him in any Street Fighter tournament. High profile Marissa player, does extremely well, always in the top 8s, just like now. So Doma's got quite the opponent to deal with.
The back heavy kick again, scooting on inward. Corner carry with the Rhino Horn. In the corner now. And this right here, I mean, the way Elena's just able to maul you, especially with a character like Marissa, like your only real reversal option is just like wake up, scoot him, and pray. Because other than that, man, Elena is just going to maul you as Doma. Going to be on the board first here with that round.
And Lazy Boredom, you know, you will take a loss fighting back. Oh, here comes the crouching medium punch. Obvious knockdown. Superman punch bringing Doma in the corner. Safe judge sort of setup. Oh, man, I think that could have been a punish that Lazy Boredom wasn't ready for.
Yeah, he's able to escape the corner with their life there. Time going to take the 1, 2, 3 and bust out with the scratch wheel. Oh, holding on to the scoot. I'm just going to take the knockdown here. Slowly attacking the drive gauge as Doma.
Rhino Horn takes Lazy Boredom to the corner. There's the overhead. Doma does have level 3, and we're definitely going to spend it. That's all she wrote. Going to go ahead and dance on him, fine girl, because Lazy Boredom is going to fall victim to the level 3 from Elena, and Doma get the early lead.
Yeah, 1-0 lead there. I mean, just complete control of neutral. Put Lazy Boredom in the corner early in that first round, and not very many options to escape for Marissa here. Also been finding a lot of whip punishes. Not going to find one there, though. Lazy Boredom, a little bit of momentum build up, and Doma's still on point. The callouts with the scratch wheel been working out for him this far.
Without the scoot him a little bit too long, Doma catches him on the punish frames. Lazy Boredom up in the corner. The armor frames of Gladius will save them, but look how close they are to being burnt out.
That backdash was sick, I am not going to lie. And now the DI, this right here, going to be able to close out the round. Doma is cooking up something fierce right now.
Doma looking so fresh at the moment. Lazy Boredom just hasn't been able to navigate the movement of Elena.
And that's just the character, man. It's like I like to refer to her as like Street Fighter 6's like first real hit confirmed character. It's that in and out movement and being able to commit off of these mediums and heavies, just so huge here. The backdash has been working out as well from Doma, getting out of the range of every Gladius attempt thus far from Lazy Boredom.
And one of the reasons why the Gladius is so easily whiff punishable is because Marissa is completely planted. You, the opponent, have plenty of time to answer in time the release of the Gladius. And here comes Doma. Drive rush cancels right to the corner. Rhino Horn again DP, forcing Lazy Boredom to commit to a choice, which is getting thrown.
And there's that wake up OD scoot, and we said one of the only options Marissa really has to try to work their way out of the corner. But Doma, again, another commanding life lead. Got caught there, crouch medium punch. Do you spend it to even things up? Gonna take the knockdown of the safe jump here. Doma with the lights, though, building up that level 3 of their own. That's gonna be enough to close out the round, and Doma gonna be up 2-0 here on Lazy Boredom.
I can understand what Lazy Boredom is thinking. Hey, I don't got the game. I'm going to use a combo and try to win neutral one more time. Because when you're Marissa and you don't have a level 3 in the final round moment, it's really going to test your ability to take the game.
The overhead confirmed there. What a challenge off of the drive rush from Lazy Boredom. You kind of have to start like really pushing the issue with matching on defense and trying to find these gaps. Argon the corner carry with the toe tap, and Doma with the back throw.
On the tech, Gladius gets the quick knockdown. Doma parrying just to keep the drive bar engaged. Hard knockdown, and oh, unfortunate for Doma, Lazy Boredom manages to get the recovery frames of the TP just in time.
And that might have been an attempt for a Rhino Horn there and ended up with the scratch wheel. Either way, Doma still going to be alive here. And I'm pretty much just like one whip punish away from closing things out. Just a chip of health left here. What do you have in store?
You could literally sneeze them, as you say.
Drive rushing in, spinning the bar, finding a throw. Things are dangerously close here.
Lazy Boredom, will they go for the light confirm? Yes, standing light kick. Didn't go anything crazy. No Superman punch, no drive rush cancel. Just honest footsies.
Keeping away with the Gladius here. Still finding the lows is Doma. Playing at that mid-range, getting caught by the Gladius this time, just not quite out of it. We saw a lot of backdashes to get out of the range there. Lazy Boredom going to take advantage. Another armored Gladius. Now this Gudum command throw. Shoe on the other foot as Doma back to the wall here. Not looking good on their health bar.
Still, Doma has the 2-game lead. You want to go ahead and use the level 3. I respect this decision. Go ahead, make ourselves a little bit more momentum while also giving ourselves ample time to rebuild the meter a second time.
Oh, and drive rush low. Huge there. Trying to go over the top. Still plus another overhead. It's right here. You should have the meter to close things out with the OD scratch. Well, just enough. And now Doma on set point.
Doma, still aggressive start with the opening throw, forcing Lazy Boredom to commit. There's that crouching light kick one more time, but still Lazy Boredom doing big moves, forcing Doma to jump back. And the armor from the Gladius gets the knockdown, but the ODDP allows Doma to claim it back.
That level 3 looming is huge. There's another Gladius. Hitting its mark there. One button for button here. Doma a little low on drive gauge.
If they're low on drive gauge, Lazy Boredom is not low on meter. Still going green. They got a level 3. You got to be very careful for both the command grab and the overhead. But Doma finds something pretty big off the punish counter. It's still anyone's game. Lazy Boredom bets it all on going burnt out. Can they weather this? Can they stay alive?
Perfect parry there. I don't think you're going to be able to build up enough meter here. See if they choose to cash out with the level 2. It's going to be very close with the scaling off of the perfect parry. But it is not enough to sliver here. Right on their face, he won't.
Damage is pretty bad. Here's the step kick, and Doma vanquishes Lazy Boredom, eliminating from the tournament. Even though it's a 3-0, Lazy Boredom, your time here was brief, but we appreciate it either way.
Yeah, good showing from Lazy Boredom. Of course, making top 8 of Motivation Academy. Definitely not something to shake a stick at. But Doma, their control of neutral was just, a little too much to weather. We saw a lot of backdashes off the Gladius attempts, which was huge for the whiff punish off of it. Also, just a lot of corner control from Doma. As we talked about earlier, since they've been playing Elena, which has been over the last, has it been a year yet? Time flies, I don't know, but since they've been on the Elena, they've unlocked a different level of their neutral. They're a lot more patient than they used to be with that Kimberly, so putting it on full display here, and now they're going to be going up against Chris CCH. Those two players I know are very familiar with each other as they frequent the same local. Shout out to all the boys over at the salon. But now we round out our top 6 with Noah the Prodigy, Levi Hakai, and winners, Chris CCH and Doma losers quarters, as well as Troubled N and Zemetra rounding things out for our final 6 of Motivation Academy 149.
Been really footsie-based Motivation Academy 149, and of course we cannot forget that while we are loving the top 6 right now, it's going to be the big 150 for next week. So please make sure you tune in. 10 months without a single cancellation, the 150 Motivation Academy. Come celebrate. It's going to be an amazing tournament.
10 months straight, man, of online brackets. I cannot praise Neo Judai enough for going through what they go through to make sure the tournament or the community has these tournaments to play in. But let's see if we get some more fireworks going here between Troubled N and Zemetra. Immediate command throw to start things off.
It's been a Marissa-filled bracket and a Marissa-filled top 8.
Knock down there. The back throw, we've seen a lot of Marissas, and this is where they kind of been getting to work. It's by cornering their opponent, start forcing those guesses. But speaking of guesses, man, it's the likewise thing from Marissa. Is you have to put a lot on the table to really start forcing the issues. We saw the attempt at the command throw there to no avail, and now charging up a big button into the perfect parry. Not going to work out as Troubled In on the board first.
If Zemetra is the type of player to corner their opponent, Trouble End is a player that refuses to be cornered. EX Burn Kick alone. And also Seismo Jump. So Zemetra has a lot of work to do in order to pin down this highly mobile Sea Viper.
Yeah, it's something we already saw from Troubled N when they're playing Noah the Prodigy over in Winter Semis, is they're not afraid to use Burn Kick to go ahead and just skip their way out of the corner. But speaking of corner, now in full corner control, 3 throws, looking for 4 there to close things out. Light confirm. Gonna put Trouble to end up 1-0 with that perfect KO to put the exclamation point on it.
A really fast first game for Trouble End. This is what you want to do, especially in a long bracket. Win fast, give your opponent less time to adapt, but also conserve your energy.
Burn kick there with the air to air. What a confirm. Little juggle over to the corner and so much damage, man. This character Viper, man, so unsung when they talk about the damage that Viper can put on deck, as well as we mentioned before, the meterless +1 burn kicks is such a huge tool that they were given the last update.
And Symmetra falling victim to the DP. Trouble End is doing a pretty good job locking down the skies, forcing Symmetra to do a little bit more creative thinking in order to enforce their Oki. But Trouble End lands the throw. That was double Seismo while burnt out. You signed your death warrant, kid.
Yeah, seeing chip kills with Seismo brings me back to the good old days, man. The good old Street Fighter 4 days when you're hoping when chip damage was like really, really a thing where you didn't have to worry about being in burnout. Brings me back to the good times, man. But it's going to be bad times if Trouble Den stays in the corner here. Symmetra in full control. The Sputum stance, command throw. Going to be huge.
When we will see the burn kick, not yet. 2 command grabs from Symmetra. That pretty much ends it. And now we got an opportunity to tie up the set. Trouble End, though, not too worried. We can get the 2-0. It's really going to be up to Symmetra.
Level 3 on deck for both players is so huge. Especially for Symmetra here. That's like the comeback factor. It's the win condition is getting that level 3 off and cashing out that damage.
But you have to be in a position to kill with the level 3. So Symmetra has to make their opportunities count. And Trouble End, a level 3 of their own.
Now, why not do it? Breaking up the monotony there. Symmetra in a tough spot. Low on drive gauge as well. The feint off of the Seismo not going to work out. And you said you have to save the level 3 to kill, and that's exactly what Symmetra's going to do here with the critical R. Any scaling be damned. It's going to be close. The last hit, enough to close things out, and Symmetra going to tie us up 1 apiece.
I was about to say they got it, but then I forgot it was critical art, and that one little twist of the knuckle allows Marissa and Symmetra to eke out that victory.
Very close here, man. It's a squirrely character with C Viper, and now it's that cat and mouse game we were talking about earlier in bracket. This is the true cat and mouse. You have to be able to protect the skies, knock them out of these burn knuckles, and keep Trouble Den jailed in the corner.
Understanding that Symmetra is dashing back as a way to answer the bird kick to stay within the distance, but still Trouble End reset with throw, gives the opponent the corner, neutral jump, not really biting. Excellent patience from both players.
Yeah, at this point in the health bars, I mean, any hit can do it. Seismo there, punish, counter throw, gonna put Symmetra in a tough spot. We've seen him here before. A bar and a half, a drive gauge, another throw. Do I hear 3? Why not go back to the well? 3 throws in a row. And Trouble Den on the verge of going up 2-1.
I mean, that was what got him the first victory, so why not just do it one more time?
Put him there to break things up. Finding the low this time. Facing down. Plus frames on plus frames. So heavy punch there to take him out of the sky. Still going for the burn kick. Hasn't been checked out of it quite yet from Symmetra.
Trouble End wants to do is stop Symmetra from taking their plus frames, get the knockdown, get some sort of reversal going, or else Trouble End is going to face something really nasty.
Sitting with that level 3. Surprised we don't use it there just to try to get back online with the drive gauge. We are going to be saving it for a kill situation. Symmetra, a sliver of drive gauge. They take Trouble Den over to the corner, gets caught with the DI. You're not going to need to spend any meter there. Now, 1 round apiece. The 2-1 lead on the line here.
1 game, 1 round. Both players have 3 meter. Anyone's time to claim it. 2-1 advantage. There's the overhead from Trouble End. Neutral jump, but because of the armor state of Gladius, they don't care. That's still big damage on Symmetra's part.
That time we saw the burn kick. It's a little bit of hang time to get over the armor on that. Now the perfect parry. Gonna be so close to burning out Symmetra here. We are gonna spend the level 1. We have the buff online now. Symmetra in a tough spot, but of course the great comeback factor is that level 3.
Seismo follow up, and Trouble End going for the level 2. And that's gonna go ahead and clinch it. Trouble End 2-1. Symmetra got a little bit too careless at the end, and Trouble End made them pay all for it. Yo, Lazy Boredom with the raid.
19 viewers coming in. Massive shout out, Lazy Boredom. Great run. Thank you for the raid as well. All the viewers coming in. Thank you for tuning in to Motivation Academy. 149 is a Metro trying to mount this comeback here on Troubled End. The second Scudum stance. Looking huge here.
One more time, not exactly the command grab, but the regular grab allows Symmetra to put themselves on 1 round away from tying it up. Troubled End, though. We got meter. We got the first throw. Let's see if we can make our opponent commit to something nasty.
Still going for the burn kick here. Challenging with the lights as well. Is throwing off a lot of the startup, but these heavies looking for the level 1. Gonna hold the full parry on that one. Big time punish in coming from Troubled End. The corner carry, the super with it for the damage.
Love to see it. Troubled End falls victim to the punch. But the focus tack and the overhead reset puts ourselves at set point versus survival point. Symmetra's gonna fight really hard in order to stay alive in this tournament.
Get the guy in the tank here. Trying to jump over anti-air with the stand medium kick. Coming back in for a second helping though. Gets the forward throw. See what they have with it. Drive rushing back in. Why not go back to it? 50% down now for Troubled End. And another one just stacking up these throws.
Symmetra looking for it. I don't care what you're gonna do. There's the level 1 super.
Low on drive gauge here, but in a commanding spot when it comes to the real estate. The burn kick for the side swap. Symmetra so close to burnout. The buff still online for Troubled End. The forward throw, and suddenly things are looking dire for Symmetra. Jumping out, not for free. Thunder Knuckle, time to guess the throw is gonna be not enough to close it out. Just a sliver left, and of course the Seismo for the 3-1 victory. Troubled End gonna be moving forward over in our top 8 to winners, or excuse me, losers semifinal.
Troubled End using the Seismo to keep our opponent honest, and that was it. Sea Viper shutting down another Marissa just through movement, representation of burn kick, and of course the Seismo, which is something that Marissa has an extremely hard time to contend with, just because, well, you're just gonna block and cry.
That's definitely a way to put it. You're gonna block, cry, and pray for a second chance. The thing about Marissa is, like, of course they hit hard when you do have like an incorrect guess, waking up with a DP or something like that. But against a character like Sea Viper, where you're taking to the sky so much, and as you mentioned, the Seismo can kind of just stop. Pretty much put a kibosh to like any of the forward movement from Marissa. It becomes tough sledding, so that is going to be the end of Symmetra's run. Troubled End, as we mentioned, going to be moving forward to our losers semifinal. Going to be awaiting the victor between Chris, CCH, and Doma. So it's a pick your poison situation, as 2 of the West Coast best are just waiting in the wings.
It's going to be another slower paced match. Both of these characters, again, able to dance around and enforce their long-range normals to pick apart their opponent. Who is going to have the better spacing? That is the question that they are going to be answering in this match.
Yeah, and of course, these 2 players very familiar with each other. As we mentioned, they frequent the same local over in the northwestern region of North America. So I'm sure they have a lot of time playing against each other, but we'll see who comes out on top here over in losers quarters finals. Motivated Academy 149.
I'm so overdue for a trip to the salon, and no, I'm not talking about the hair kind.
I was like, why are you going to the salon?
I'm talking about the local.
All right, well, let's get things into it. Losers quarterfinals. Chris, CCH, and Doma. See who comes out on top here. I saw Neo Judai in the game chat saying buff Ed, and if we have that conversation one more time, man, I'm going to have to just dip out of here. But challenging with the lights. Doma trying to work their way out of the corner here. See how much real estate they can take up here. Little fake charge up with the heavy punch there. And this is the pace we expected between the 2. It's going to be just this mid-range play. Fishing for these whip punishes here. Doma trying to take a little momentum away here, and both players just staring at each other's faces there. And there's the whip punish on the startup. Chris DCH been getting a lot of mileage out of that stand medium kick, and now up 1 round here. Gonna overhead confirm. So nice, we'll show it twice. Still sticking out these buttons. Another challenge with the mediums from Chris. No low forward action, no confirm on that. Still just poking it with the lights as these players are being so patient with each other. Until they aren't. Oh, caught the startup of the flicker. Doma has the meter to close things out. Might have to spend the level 1. They are going to do it here to close out the round. 1 round apiece here. Chris CCH going to be coming in with that level 3. We're going to our final round.
Wise use of meter from Doma. Spend the meter now. That's one of the... If you're going to get any lessons from Motivation Academy, and spend what you need to get the kill. Worry about the rest later.
Yeah, you got the Klarna paying for right there. Just worry about it later.
And here comes Doma, enforcing the block strings, using the drive reversal to keep Chris CCH grounded. So as you talked about before, non-factor, smother Ed, keep him get jailed and gated so he doesn't get moving or get any sort of game plan going.
Here comes this level 3. Started with the light kick. We'll see how it scales. But it is going to be the perfect KO, just enough to close things out. And Doma going to be getting that 1-0 lead here early on Chris CCH. And see what the response is. I mean, Doma's done a great job this far, as you just mentioned, keeping Ed in the corner. You don't want to give him that movement. It's like fighting against Floyd Mayweather, man. You can't rope a dope in the corner. You gotta make sure that head movement isn't on point.
God, you're making me think back to the one time I had hope that Manny Pacquiao was going to beat Floyd Mayweather. We had the entire family over to watch that disappointment collectively.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one. I also had to live to see Canelo and De La Hoya both lose to Mayweather. But let's see if the boxer has a good chance here, as we are going to bust out the OD scratch wheel. In burnout now, still using the flicker to pull in. You have the level 1 to defend yourself, but do you even want to spend it, as Chris can just look for the chip here with the OD fireball? And the air-to-air to close it out. Back on the board is Chris CCH.
Chris CCH making sure we put Doma in a checkmate situation because of the drive gauge. And that's the thing about Chris CCH. In addition to manipulating the neutral, he has the great ability of manipulating his opponent's drive gauge, making him burnt out when he wants to, and then turning it up to get the kill.
And Doma going back to the well here. This game plan's been working out. Chris in the corner, the overhead confirm. Trying to bust out with the OD blitz. Not going to work out there as Doma and be on the verge of going up 2-0 here. Let's see what Chris has in store. Hasn't been using too much super meter just yet. They are sitting with that level 2, which could be huge.
Not to mention, I was about to say Chris CCH hasn't been using the OD moves either, but Doma manages to blast right through it with the drive impact, going for a hot start. And thanks to this level 3 super, Chris CCH, after one interaction, is half of his life down.
And low on drive gauge as well. Doma able to flip the script there. There's that heavy kick to try to chip. Pulling with a flicker, getting some space.
Got caught. Doma got caught pressing, and Chris CCH is reversed on. Doma doesn't have any super, so they're going to have to do this the hard way. Chris CCH, though, still has level 3. We can easily clinch this out. It could be we wait for the critical art to really amp out that damage. Oh, but the jump in from Doma makes sure that we don't have time to wait, as now Doma putting it in high gear with 2-0.
Yeah, such a timely jumping off of the charge heavy punch right there. And now a whiff punish is huge. Right at home for the corner carry. Double dash inward. Lights again, chips into chunks here. The forward throw, half health early. 10 seconds down. Dealing with about like 40% left on your health bar.
Chris CCH gets knocked down. Rhino Horn again with the DP. Here comes the perfect KO. And Doma's running roughshod over Chris CCH. 2 games unanswered, and already we're in set point.
Absolutely cooking here. Another light confirm. Chris getting walked down here. There, gonna find the whip punish. Signs of life still. Knocked down with the cycle blitz, dashing inward. Smart drive reversal there just to get some breathing room again.
CCH minding his P's and Q's, being very careful, watching for Doma to press, but instead, Chris CCH gets pressed on, whipping the heavy punch. One more time, whipping the crouching medium, and Doma just really controlling the spacing.
Oh, ended up sticking to their guns with the Psycho Blitz. You are going to get the level 2 off here. Dream is going to make it very close to Psycho Uppercut, enough to close things out. 1 round apiece here. Chris trying to stay alive.
Now, winner of this set will be fighting Trouble Dan. And Doma, so close with the victory. And you can see, they just want to go ahead and force this critical situation by doing an early super. We're not going for the kill. Instead, we're using the life gauge to try to make Chris CCH do something unsafe.
What a side swap there. That could be huge. Back to the wall here. Doma still, I mean, you got the life lead, you got the drive gauge lead. You're in a good spot. No anti-air from Chris. So low on drive gauge here. Stalking down their prey as Doma, searching for one of these whip punishes. A lot of flicker coming out. There's the heavy punch. No confirm though.
Great parry off of the charged knuckle. And now Doma is going to make sure we send Chris CCH to the corner. Both of these people have a level 1. Chris CCH, how are we going to respond? There's the OD. Beautiful block by Doma, baiting it out. And that's going to be it. Doma shockingly eliminates Chris CCH. 3-0. And I can see Non-Factor shaking his head. You are either surprised or not happy.
No, that was just a sick bait. I ain't gonna lie. Doma was absolutely cooking there.
It's one of those like,
Doma with the
that could have
3-0.
been me.
Yeah, no, it gets us all at some point. But we talked about, man, Doma has just been leveling up left and right every single time I watch this kid play. They have just been improving so much, and that 3-0 over Chris CCH is definitely a statement to be made here over at Motivation Academy. And they're going to be up next against Trouble in losers semifinals. But man, it was just their corner control that they had on Chris CCH that entire time. We talked about it time and time again. Against Ed, you don't want to give him the breathing room to look for the flickers, to look for the heavy punches, to really fish for that mid-range play. And Doma, I mean, pretty much just played that to a T.
Yeah, and it was really crazy after seeing the entire tournament of Chris CCH dominating with crouch medium, stand medium, and flicker, to watch Chris be baited into pressing stand heavy punch and falling victim to his own whiff punishing game by a character such as Elena, who can go toe for toe, tit for tit, foot to fist in the neutral space.
That boy good. That kid is good, man. Doma, I mean,
that kid knows how to play neutral and neutral accessories. I'll tell you what.
yeah, looking strong. Loser semifinals against Troubled End, so it's gonna be that Elena versus Viper, which, I mean, you don't see too much. You see it a lot more in these online brackets, so we'll see how Doma is able to manage that there. But first up, we are gonna get some more Elena on the screen, unless Levi decides to go with the Ingrid, but it's going to be Levi, Hakai, and Noah, the Prodigy. As we mentioned, Noah, one of those players that is definitely one of the favorites to win the entire thing, but we'll see what Levi has in store for us. But before we get there, I want to remind you guys about the match arena. We are sitting at $61 even. All the codes have been taken up. There are still some quests if you guys want to go ahead and add some change into the prize pool, or if you want to donate directly, I'm not going to tell you no. Exclamation point match arena to head over there and check that out.
Thank you very much for that, everybody. It's always really good to see. One of the downsides is we didn't get the Chris CCH versus Noah the Prodigy match, but again, we're gonna have ourselves another banger. Noah the Prodigy has been doing so well, just steamrolling his opponents. Can he do the same to Levi Akai?
See how things go here. Gonna be rocking with the Luke, the tried and true. Gonna be a game of whip finishes here. Can Levi catch any of these limbs from Luke? Gonna be in the corner early though. Heavy knuckle confirm into the knee.
Noah the Prodigy using the standing heavy kick, and this is one of the things, back up and use the forward moving moves of Luke, such as heavy kick, heavy punch, to really force Levi Akai in a bad situation. And already we burnt out, confirmed to the level 1, and that's going to be a perfect KO. Really quick 26-second round.
Yeah, great cash out there. Noah looking strong. The perfect looking solid here. I mean, looking very solid in neutral. A lot of these mediums just been landing. A lot of corner carries as well from Luke with that heavy knuckle conversion. But now Levi fighting back. Gonna take the knockdown here with the scratch. Well, no anti-air though. It's the thing about, man, that jump heavy punch, you're almost like afraid to even attempt the anti-air of it just because the hitbox on it is so good. But there's the perfect parry to break things up. The side swap with the Ling Song.
Yeah. Noah the Prodigy hasn't been using the jump heavy until now. And as our good friend like Coco says, he calls it the hammer of God. And I agree. That move be godly. But still, Levi Akai gonna go ahead and finish this off with a level 3 super. Gonna go ahead and tie up in rounds, but Noah the Prodigy still gonna be winning on the super gauge.
I was gonna say, you got caught with the back throw, could be huge there. You still have the level 1 if you're Levi Akai, low forward there. I mean, at this point, Noah just needs one single confirm. You are gonna build up the critical R, and this right here might be highway robbery. Not gonna scale that hard with the critical R, and this right here should be enough to close things out. Noah the Prodigy with a magic pixel gonna take this 1-0 lead here in winners finals.
Hocus pocus. Noah the Prodigy managed to just take down Levi Akai. Levi Akai was playing so strong, so solid, so fundamental, but the critical art and the damage output from Luke, along with the meter management, allowed Noah Prodigy to eke out that first game.
Just that clutch factor from Noah, man. Able to turn the tides at any moment, still holding that flash knuckle heavy. Able to start things out with the outlaw kick there. The forward throw. Blink and you miss it. Levi Akai in a tough spot.
Oh, but Levi Akai cross up medium kick, allowed themselves to get the knockdown. Still Noah pretty healthy on the drive gauge, even though they get shimmied. Not too bad. Levi Akai will not get the kill, but momentum is shifting in the direction.
So equal on health here. Noah back to the wall. Like and firm. Still not out of it quite yet. all dry rushing in with the light. I think you're going to have to spend the level 2 here. I don't think the Vulcan Blast is going to be enough. Level 2 to close it out. And once again, Noah the Prodigy will not say no. That's going to put them on the verge of going up 2-0 here.
Noah the Prodigy just again he keeps managing to steal it, man. You keep saying, how does he keep getting away with it? We keep watching it and we're still missed. How does he keep getting away with this?
And this is just this is the Noah the Prodigy special. We've been seeing him with this game plan. I mean, the entire life of Street Fighter 6, and it continues to work out for him. So we're on the verge of going up 2-0 here. Levi's still sitting with that level 3, can turn the tide, but still 50% off the life bar. Challenging the suppressor there. It's a good start.
Good jump back from Levi, from Noah the Prodigy. They meet in the middle. Noah the Prodigy still winning out there. Clips him with the crouching medium kick. Not going to go ahead and take him to the wall, but instead, we got another chance from Levi.
With that critical art, do you dare to try to look for the DI? It's not going to matter. Noah the Prodigy, the jump into the heavy punch. He can't keep getting away with it. And now that 2-0 lead, one game away from heading to grand finals.
I'm just wondering why all of a sudden we're seeing the jump heavy punch. You think it's just because Noah the Prodigy realizes, I haven't been using this much? Or is this part of some master plan against Elena?
We just haven't been seeing the scratch reel response too much from Levi Hakai, and as we mentioned, the hitbox on that jump heavy punch is just so dangerous to challenge with the button. You're almost afraid to do it, and now getting caught with the knee. The perfect KO as Noah is an absolute freight train and one round away from heading to grand finals.
Light kick from Noah the Prodigy trying to preemptively stuff any drive rush from Levi Hakai, and Levi Hakai has not been able to get into that magic range 2 distance that Elena is known for. She needs to brawl in the close range, and that's where Luke shines, and that's where Noah the Prodigy double shines.
Jumping heavy punch again, challenging with the lights. You are going to get some breathing room. Gonna spend 3 bars for it though. Rhino Horn to get us back to the middle of the screen. The Link Song coming in. This time immediate level 2 to try to get some of this drive gauge back. Using the healing as well for the life lead. Getting a little bit larger here.
Staggered normals to stop whatever Noah the Prodigy wants to push out, and Levi Hakai finally puts some gauze on the open wound. The bleeding has stopped, but the punishment's going to continue. Check it out. Noah the Prodigy on set point. Levi Hakai needs to make a miracle happen.
So just throwing out this this heavy kick, the outlaw kick, a lot in neutral. Saw the suppressor behind it, trying to set up a frame trap situation. Back throw in burnout here, sitting with that level 3. Do we start seeing him charge up this heavy flash knuckle? The forward throw. Do I hear 2?
No, we use the driver rush to get some pressure off. There's the flash knuckle. Levi Hakai is going to be baited, but still confirming off of the crouching lights. Outlaw kick to make the scaling it happen. And here comes the level 3, the Pale Rider, and Noah the Prodigy riding into winners grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what we expect from Noah the Prodigy. That is the classic Noah gameplay. A lot of the neutral jump heavy punch, putting themselves in a burnout as well. Not going to be afraid of it, knowing they have that level 3 to get them out of a tough situation. Because, of course, challenging Noah with the DI while they're in burnout, you're making a deal with the devil there. It's probably not going to work out for you. But Noah the Prodigy, as you mentioned, going to be winner's side grand finals.
And one thing that I really liked in that previous set was that Noah the Prodigy cornered himself with the jumping medium kick, and then immediately goes to the back throw, which is not it's not a common sequence. So it makes sense that Levi Hakai fell victim to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations too where it's like backdashing out of the throw is like one of the last things you think of, or as you mentioned, like going for tech. Not really the option you want to be looking for, but either way, Noah the Prodigy busting out the tricks, it's going to be working out for him. So they're going to be waiting to see who their opponent's going to be, as Levi Hakai is now going to be sitting in losers finals, waiting the winner of our next match. It's going to be Doma and Troubled N. So we might get the Elena mirror match unless Troubled N has something to say about it.
It's definitely been a army of Elenas and Marisas, and Troubled End is our lone. Well, let's go ahead. Troubled End is our lone C Viper player, who is the same character on this portrait of Motivation Academy 150. Here we go. Troubled End versus Doma. Troubled End has been playing very smart, especially using that stand medium kick, but Doma a lot more bullying and finds the perfect parry to send Troubled End to that corner.
And see how they're able to escape it here. Doing the burn kick to out the corner against Marissa, definitely a little easier than having to deal with the scratch wheel. I know Doma's got the cross cuts on point. Using the back throw there. Not sure it's exactly what they wanted, but still a massive life lead to start things out.
2 light kicks from Domo. Bait and Troubled End forward response. Big button comes in. Perfect KO from Domo. We're already on the board.
Strong start there. See how Trouble M responds. But Doma's just been on fire all night, so we'll see how things go. We're going to cash out the super there for the damage.
Trouble N is definitely not the type of player that holds on to their meter. When possible, they will use the level 1 for the buff and also some quick damage. Because you're starting to make me a believer in the Sea Viper cult. She hurts. She hurts with so little.
I'm telling you, bro. Argument for like top 5 range. I'm saying don't at me, but I'm just saying this character is so slept on. But oh my goodness, I was gonna say you can't sleep here. So we're gonna wake up with the Seismo, and that right there is gonna put Trouble N on the board. 1 round apiece here in game number 1.
And in addition, Trouble N's offense is so cheap. I mean meter effectively cheap, not like how dare he be cheap. So he's always has access to the maximum amount of damage he's prepared for and not really needing to get those level 3s, level 2s out there.
There's a crosscut scratch. Well, we were talking about earlier, Doma definitely got those on point. Take him over the corner. OD, Rhino Horn, Ling Song coming in. Strike those situation. Gonna take the throw here. Troubled in, getting caught with the overhead with the level 3 in their back pocket. That right there should be enough to close it out. And it's gonna be a 1-0 lead being taken by Doma here.
Yeah, they took the overhead in addition to the corner, and Doma making sure that we put Trouble N down pat real soon. First game goes to Doma, but still Trouble N has enough time to adjust. I'm wondering if we're going to see something a little bit different, and we saw that different in the crouching medium kick.
Another one there coming in the corner now. Doma has just been making magic happen when they have their opponent in this spot here. Does it confirm off of the overhead there? Forward throw, Troubled N. Gotta stem this bleeding here as Doma is just absolutely smothering them.
Sea Viper has a lot of tools. We haven't even seen the burn kick for the side twitch, which has been a Trouble N staple. Instead, we're going back to the middle. And Doma got caught pressing, but they mash in the crouching lights, and that's going to be the round. So forth with the Rhino Horn goring him right in the sternum.
1 round away from this 2-0 lead, man. Looking unstoppable is Doma right now. It's going to be more corner carry immediately with the Rhino Horn.
Imagine.
Go over the top again. Just staggering those buttons as well has been working out so much for Doma.
Especially baiting out the level 1. Rare use of the level 1 is reversal from Trouble N, and Doma's going to make them pay dearly. They got the level 3 on deck, make combo, and off of that Rhino Horn one more time. The Ling Song is singing a path of victory. It's going to be one more interaction. Trouble N can still be in this match, but oh boy, it's going to be difficult. Oh, shoot.
Dog, look at that damage, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, that is something I love doing. When you know that your opponent doesn't have enough health to back up their DI, just call them out. Use their reactions against them. That's exactly what Doma did there, as they are going to be taking this commanding 2-0 lead on Troubled N. Looking to punch their way into losers finals and guarantee that top 3 finish.
Hard knockdown from the sweep all the way to the overhead, and that's the thing with Elena that I'm starting to notice. Doma wins one interaction, be it crouching light or an overhead, and we're already in the corner where Sea Viper is not exactly thriving in.
Look for the air-to-air there. Doma's making a lot of drive gauge, but still with that life lead. Almost a burnout now. Still challenging. Stuck to their string. Caught a DI for it. Trouble N going to take advantage. Another cash out with the super here for the buff. And now Doma in a tough spot. You're going to get Seismo to death here. Catching the startup of the Ling Song with the low forward. And now Trouble N trying to get on the board. Trying to make a 1-2.
When you have a Seismo hammer, every Elena is a nail. Overhead from
Try to hit him on the head there with the overhead.
Now you can see Trouble N baiting out the lights from Doma. They're really quick attacks, but hard to whip punish because of their quick recovery. I'm wondering if Trouble N has an answer for that, but still Doma going to the old classic, taking our opponent to the corner, and already we got the level 3, and this should be pretty close to burnout on Troubled's part.
Yeah, half a bar left. See what they can make happen with it. Still challenging away here. Back throw is so huge. Oh, it wasn't back throw, it was a forward throw. Never mind.
Rolls right on through from Doma. What a call out.
And then the throw to finish things off. Doma on set point here. See if they can get into losers finals or if Troubled N still has some life in him.
Trouble N forcing Doma to spend all their resources. Doma really wants this round. Again, to the corner we go. There's the wake up super, and Doma finds the punish counter. Troubled N starting to feel it.
Yeah, might have been looking for the feint cancel there. It's not gonna work out. The DI though. Check it work out Doma though. A gentleman's reset. And then the level 2 to finish things off. It was getting dicey there, but Doma able to make it happen either way. The healing to put the exclamation point on. That's a 3-0 W to get into losers finals there for Doma.
Great punishment from Doma. It's just another example of just manipulating our opponent, put him in the corner, make them make the bad decisions. That was 2 times where Troubled N used the level 1 on Wake Up, and both times Doma had the block ready for it because it was baited.
Yeah, Doma's just been on point. The reads have been on point as well. But next up, it is going to be Levi Hakai in their path. I don't think we're going to see the mirror match. It looks like Levi Hakai is going to be queuing up with that Ingrid. So we'll see if that's going to be the character they rock with. I think this, I don't know necessarily if it's something. The thing about Ingrid, well, we're not going to see it. But the thing about Ingrid, there are some matches where like it feels like she wins 7-3. And there's some matches it feels like she loses 3-7. And I think Elena might have been one of those just because the Link song can get through the fireball. But we're not going to see it. It is going to be the Elena mirror match. So I hope you guys like hearing Rhino Horn because you're going to hear it a lot here.
Rhino Horn! Also, if you like what you see, please make sure you donate to the Match Arena. I love the fact that we get unique intros for mirror matches. I want Capcom to go back and add that for everybody. Just saying.
For the folks at home, if you want to keep track, Levi Akai is going to be rocking the costume 3. Doma going to be rocking the, it was like the summer outfit, right, for the costume
That is
4?
the summer outfit.
Yeah.
The manages to wear one of the few characters who wears more clothes in the summer beach outfit than their default one. How you do that, Capcom?
Yeah, man, I'm a fan of the costume 3. I like it.
Oh, I'm a fan of it too. It looks so good.
I think it might be her best hair. I ain't gonna lie, man. Whatever Capcom did with the costume 1 hair, I am not digging it, bro. But costume 3 hair might be where it's at.
And Doma already spending all the meter to burn themselves out, but it's okay from the Rhino Horn to the DP. That's going to be the first round. Manages to eke out every last drop of damage for that.
Oh, what a check there. And then another whiff punish. Doma has been on point. Cannot leave any limbs out there. Doma's going to snipe him and confirm off of the light kick as well. Over the corner now, half health down.
One throw. Doesn't go for 2. Respects her opponent. Levi Akai clips Doma before they can do the drive rush. Doma, significant life lead. And you can see that Levi Kai tried to stop themselves short. What a cancel to the level 2.
So close to burnout. There it is right there with the heavy kick. Still has that level 3 to defend themselves here. How much risk do you want to take if you're Levi Akai? The slide coming in, not in the safe range, and Doma going to take advantage of it. Level 3 to close it out. Up 1-0.
That is the thing about mirror matches on Factor. You know your opponent's ranges too well, so of course Doma is going to recognize that slide is in the incorrect distance.
Yeah, you know that they know that they know that you know. So you're going to find out who really knows here. But I ain't going to lie, Elena Badu is kind of crazy. I see you in chat. Elena Badu is kind of fire.
Yo, LLJB3, what's up? Welcome to Motivation Academy. So cool seeing you, man. Chicago's finest in the chat.
Levi Kai burned through that drive gauge early here. Doma gonna make him pay for it. That's instant corner carry. And I mean, low on life, low on drive gauge, everything not working in Levi Akai's favor. And now the perfect KO is Doma trying to run away with this one.
Running out of life, running out of drive, and running out of rounds. Doma starting to run away with it. Levi Akai, we're so used to watching them dance in and out of the opponent, but Doma is just going tit for tat with this.
Gets a throw there. Levi Akai not out of it quite yet. Light confirm. It's a knockdown. Not to be held in the corner is Doma with the OD scratch wheel.
Hard DP, great instinct from Doma not to hit a single button when going for the jump over, just so that they have ability to block when they land. Both these people standing light, Doma chasing them down with the throw. Goes for the overhead one more time, the Doma signature, but still Levi Kai. Oh man, got caught with the drive rush. There's the level 3. We will see it. I don't think this is going to kill non-factor, but it's going to be.
It is critical art.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yep. Yeah, the critical art is always just that extra little inch you don't think you got. But Doma right there, able to pull things out. 2-0 lead here on Levi Akai, and Doma is running away with it. See if they can stop him here. Levi Akai again just getting checked on the incoming movement with that stand light kick, and now back to the corner.
That stand light kick has been Doma's secret weapon in stopping Levi Akai's approach, but also allowing them to approach with the drive rush cancel. And now we're using it for frame kill? Come on.
I see chat talking about it. We're back-to-back stages where this orange color is hard on the eyes. That was a tactic I used back in Street Fighter 4 when I would play Eva Ryu. Is I would use like the Dark Wolf costume on like the night market, so you can't really see what's going on here. It's old school tactics, bro. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Oh yeah, or you give yourself really garish colors that make it hard for your opponent to see individual limbs.
Yeah, we went back-to-back like orange tannin stages too. So I mean, Levi Kai, see if the tricks work out for him here. Doma though back to the wall, and that's gonna be the confirm to close things out, barring a drop. You gotta spin two, but you are gonna get the round.
It's going to be a round. It's a pretty much needed round too, but Doma 2 rounds away from ending Levi Kai's run in this bracket.
Oh, we're doing capoeira right now. You see the ducks over the limbs, bro?
Yo, I actually trained near a capoeira gym. Those guys are super nice.
Yeah, until they start dancing on you.
Well,
That's gotta be the worst thing, bro. Imagine getting like knocked out and your like opponent's just breakdancing. Like you're getting Fortnite emoted while you're on the ground, bro. It cannot feel good.
That's why I watch outside the circle. Doma 2 throws in, Levi Kai bust out. Unfortunate whiff from Levi Kai. Doma is right there with the punish and the kill. Ooh, yes, I forget how many moves you could chain in the air with Elena.
And didn't spend any meter there, so that's huge for Doma as you're coming into what could potentially be the final round of the set here with that level 3.
And you can see that Levi Kai is doing their best to stop their drive rush momentum because they don't want to fall victim to the standing light kick from Doma.
Corner carry. He spent a lot of drive gauge to get there. Little air target combo. You don't see that one too much, but it is going to put Doma back in the corner. You whiff, we whiff. See if Doma can work their way out. They look for the sweep. Right back at you, says Levi.
Capoeira is so cool, chat. And Levi Kai with that level 3, that finally puts him on the board 1-2. Really starting to understand the neutral, starting to understand when Doma wants to press, especially with that standing light kick. That is the move that I'm seeing the story be built around of.
Yeah, both players been using it just to check a lot of the incoming movement, whether it be drive rush or even the startup of the lean song. And what a whiff punish there to take us over to the corner. Doma back in a very familiar spot.
Big time. Levi Kai, super hard, aggressive start. Now it's Doma forced to make some decisions. If Doma can't move around, then so much of their offense potential has been clipped.
And look at the momentum shift here as we're going to spend the 1 bar to close it out. Levi Hakai will not go silently into the night as they're on the verge of tying things up 2-2.
Still, chat, I just want to say that this stage isn't super tan, but it's still kind of in that same sunset color scheme pattern. Unfortunate. I don't know if that was an error or a guess, but Doma so quick on the punish.
Perfect parry though, going to stop the bleeding there. Huge side swap with the Ling Song. Doma not going to hold it though. OD scratch well, and they're so close to building up this level 3 as well.
Doma going to be very patient. They both go for the overhead. Levi Hakai hits their button faster. Doma falling victim to the throw. Will Doma reverse? No. Levi Hakai gets a tag. One more tag just for the mulligan. And there goes the level 1. Game 5 situation in Losers Finals.
Scriptwriter's got a little bit left for us here as we are going to head into the final game of Losers Finals. Winner moves on to Grands. Loser going to have an end to their run here. Levi Hakai going to start things off hot here. Corner carry with the Rhino Horn. Chipping away with the lights here.
One more time, there's the jump out, but Levi Kai manages to get the crosscut, blocks the DR, and that's going to be a really good -6 reversal.
And Doma on a bad spot here as they get caught with a throw, the perfect KO. Blink and you miss it. Levi Hakai, the momentum swinging the other way, and now on set point here.
Doma hasn't had a lot of time to find the adjustments now. It's Levi Kai using the standing light kick, has the drive impact, stops short to bait out the parry, and now Doma is in burnout.
Little safe slide there. Keeping away with these buttons. Doma does have the level 1 if they find themselves in a bad spot against the DI here. Trying to chip away though is Levi Hakai. The walk up, the delays. There's the DI, gets the wall split. You are going to have a chance to build up level 3. What's going to be the routing? I don't think you have a kill here, but it's going to be very, very close. They are going to save the level 3 for the kill. They find the throw.
cheeky neutral throw reset, and Levi Kai, will they bet on the throw one more time? And Doma, you know for a fact they got to uncork that level 3. No, they won't, not off the Rhino Horn. Are they trying to just save it for the final round?
Keeping away with this light. All staring at each other's faces. The drive reversal. Keeping Levi close to the corner. Another light. No confirm with it. The forward throw. Doma. Gotta make it happen here. Levi Hakai just one reversal away. They find the low forward confirm into the stand light kick and a complete switch of the pendulum. Levi Hakai gonna be taking it 3-2 and punching their ticket into grand finals.
What an amazing comeback from Levi Akai. They really got their offense going. The adaptation was there in spades. Once they understood when Doma wanted to press, understood Doma's habits, Levi Akai was able to control the spacing and use Doma's own game plan against them.
Yeah, and just a great use of meter from both sides as well. Although we did see a couple of burnouts and things like that, it was a good job of just keeping the level 2s and the level 3s ready, either to completely switch the momentum of the fight or search for the kill. But Levi Hakai, the reverse 3-0, was going to put them up against Noah the Prodigy, once again, the winners finals rematch here in Grand. You got to beat Noah 6 times, which is a tall order, but let's see what Levi has in store.
3 times to reset the bracket, and then 3 times again to take the tournament home. And Noah the Prodigy has been absolutely dominating. Extremely quick sets. Every viewer's nightmare, but every TO's dream is to have sets that Noah the Prodigy has been having.
Yeah, I think the only player to really give Noah the Prodigy any issues was Troubled End. That was a 3-2 in winners, semis, finals. Noah, when they played against Levi Akai in winners, it was a 3-0. So we'll see if that continues to hold true, as Noah the Prodigy, I mean, pretty much was continuously guessing right over and over and over against Levi Hakai. But one last time, it's going to be grand finals, Levi Hakai, Noah the Prodigy here at Motivation Academy number 149. Let's get into it, Captain No Fun.
Heck yeah. Now, one thing that we've been seeing Noah the Prodigy use last time was the Hammer of God, jumping heavy punch. And instead, we're going to open up with the charge knuckle. You can see Noah the Prodigy waiting it out, being a bit patient, just because we know that Levi Akai fighting really, they're on a good hot streak after that long set.
Levi, I mean, kind of worse for wear in the drive gauge department here. Noah trying to take advantage of it, still walking back. Those forward advancing normals we talked about before, so hard to deal with.
Not to mention, in addition to the forward advancing, the jump roundhouse kick was able to go over the medium kick, low crush properties, allowing Noah the Prodigy to get that first round.
Yeah, it's a big way to start things off here. Noah the Prodigy on winner's side just has to win these 3 to go ahead and put an end to the tournament here. Spending a lot of drive gauge there to start things off, but we've seen from Noah time and time again, it seems to be no issue for them.
Levi Akai doesn't really score with the drive rush throw, and Noah the Prodigy instantly digs deep for the Pale Rider, doing considerable amount to the drive gauge while allowing his to replenish. Always able to finish his strings where he's in a really good position. And you know what's a good position? Winning that first game.
Yeah, just whiffing a couple of lights there, see if they can bait something out. Levi Akai, not sure if they were looking to drive rush on it, but just held parry. Noah going to take advantage of that. Now up 1-0 here on winner's side.
That's
how much Levi Akai is going to force the issue.
Counter hit throw does not just mean going after the parry attempts. You can stuff normals with the throw. Throw is very fast.
Oh, the knee there, the forward heavy kick. Coming back in, seeing if they can bait something out. We saw one OD scratch wheel from Levi Akai. See if we see another. To get back to neutral here, they hold parry. I did a punishful whiff or a purposeful whiff there, but right back at you with the perfect parry. Noah the Prodigy going to get the corner carry here with the heavy flash knuckle.
So much guts. Even though they got punished from the parry, they'll still do the parry one more time because they know they got it. One more throw. Jumping in. Baits out the DP, and that's all she wrote for that round.
Stealing the corner there. Noah the Prodigy on the verge of a quick 2-0 here. See what Levi has in store, but what a check with the stand light kick. Still corner carry, shoulder charge coming in. Back to the throws we go. Dwight here too. The shimmy back and forth. Doing a little dance on him. Another throw coming in. And of course the anti-air with the rising uppercut.
Cha-cha slide right now. And now Noah the Prodigy lands the overhead, mashing your brains in. Unfortunate drop, but we get the third throw. And for the perfect KO, 2-0. Noah the Prodigy is running wild, faster than me on my morning jog.
Yeah, it's got to be so frustrating that just Noah continues to throw so many options out that when you guess like parry, you're just going to get walk-up throw, and every single time it just seems to come up Noah the Prodigy's way. But now Levi Akai showing signs of life. Into the corner now. Tex again. Still neutral jumping. You have to respect these jump heavies.
The standing. The forward one was missed, but Noah the Prodigy gets stuff trying to jump out. Levi Kai doing a great job holding on to the corner, holding on to the life lead, backing up because they know Noah the Prodigy will push.
Start pushing back in, still looking for the suppressor, and they set up the perfect parry. No rebuttals here as we go back in for a second helping. Plus frames on the knee, but what a backdash from Levi Hakai. A huge read there. I think you might have to spend the level 1, you will, but the bar is going to buy you the round. Levi Hakai answering back.
We definitely use the risky option, but how many times can you gamble with that risky option and stay alive when you're fighting Noah the Prodigy? You know for a fact he pocketed that answer and is going to be expecting it the second time.
No Link Song conversion there. OD Knuckle, or Rising Uppercut, excuse me, to go ahead and charge back in. Gets the punish, counter throw, so huge. And the little micro walk to bait it out with the level 3. It's going to search for the burnout. Why not go back to the well? It might be no super needed with the drive rush cancel here. Level 1, the Vulcan Blast to seal it out. It was the bar, but you are going to put yourself on tournament point. Noah the Prodigy looking for a double jeopardy with these 3 O's, potentially over Levi Hakai.
If Noah the Prodigy is at the bar, then definitely he's going up to the bartender and ordering a drink for victory because of how fast he is going. Levi Kai, though, answers back with the charge knuckle with a perfect pair of their own, but gets thrown on in the middle of their sequence.
And Noah smelling blood in the water here, almost building up that level 3. Just a sliver of drive gauge left. They spend it for the pressure. Walking back and forth here, see if they can bait something out directly into the Pale Rider. It's not going to be enough to kill here, but Noah is putting themselves in almost a strike throw situation to take this tournament.
It's going to take at least 2 strike throws. Levi Kai could go for something really big. They go for the standing light kick, and that's only going to move him to the center screen. But Levi Kai, unfortunate drop. Here comes the drive impact, but Levi got that level 3, was ready for it.
What a cancel with that buffer there. It's going to buy them a little bit more time here, over halfway through this burnout. Noah the Prodigy drives rush in. They find the light, the rising uppercut, not enough to close it out, but the trade is going to have Noah the Prodigy be your Motivation Academy 149 champion.